welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. My name is Ryan.
I'm Josh.
And we're back in your ear holes for another thrilling edition, episode number 99, Josh. We're back for the 98th time.
For the what?
Because we're back for the 98th time. The first one, we were just here. We weren't back. So we've only been back for 98 times. This is episode 99.
Damn.
Think about it.
That's good math.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I thought about this a lot.
This is why you do the intro, because I
true.
would have said, we're here for the 99th time.
I went to a random episode the other day because I was messing with the server and I was like checking some files to make sure I put everything on a new drive. There was a lot of shuffling. There was a lot of shuffling and a lot of computer moving and a lot of things. Like
we were condensing the workspace.
Yeah, I have a desk up here at the studio now.
Yes,
et cetera, et cetera. But
this is now Mighty Fish Studios.
Mighty Fish Studios of the Greater Los Angeles
of the
area.
Greater Los Angeles area, and I just live here.
We share it with our baby sister of a podcast.
Our baby sister.
Apple Sour podcast.
The wee ones.
They were up here not that long ago.
No, they were.
You didn't hear that episode, though, because they ruined it.
Wow! Why you gotta put them on blast like that?
I mean, I had the flu, and they couldn't cut it.
The mustard was too thick. They couldn't cut it. No, that's fucked up, man.
I know, putting them on blast. And the reason I can do that is because I know they don't listen to this. Jerks.
Yeah, they do like to tell us all the time.
That's true.
They tell us quite frequently. They don't listen or watch movies. And we're like, okay.
The only thing I took from them,
I don't go to your shows.
The thing I'll say that they do right, which is not record things properly, it is to
Jesus Christ.
It is to do a little bit of housekeeping up at the front. So that's where I'm going to say, hey, we're coming up on our 100th episode, and if you would like to be informed of when that happens, you can follow us on Twitter at Mighty Movie Pod. Another place where we've been putting up much more frequent content is twitch.tv/MightyFishTV. We've been doing sick gameplay on there. In fact, Josh will be on. Now I'm going to make you do it. Josh will be on this Friday. The Friday after this episode airs.
Yes.
And he's going to be playing 9 hours straight of Jedi Fallen Order in preparation for the new one.
I'm not playing 9 hours, but I'm going to be playing for most of the day.
He'll play for 9 hours.
Because I will not play.
And then when he's done, he's going to play Kingdoms of Amalur.
I'm definitely not fucking doing that, dude. I played fucking 3 hours of that.
We're doing a 12-hour marathon of
I played 3 hours of that
Amalur.
the other day, and I got nowhere. Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, all I did was run back and forth. The game fucking sucks. Fuck that game, dude.
You know what we will be doing, though, is actually you will be playing that for most of the day, and then when I am done working, I will be. We're gonna play some of that Diablo 4 beta.
God, you are having.
You said Diablo. Fuck you guys. And then we'll be doing that on Twitch. So that's the end of that. Back to this podcast. The best of the Mighty Fish produced podcasts. Hi, we're back for the 98th time. You got any news for the listeners, Josh? You have anything you want to put in on this?
No, you were really mean for no reason.
About what?
To a lot of people.
To others, yes.
And then you promising shit I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to play that fucking game, man.
All right. Asterisk on Kingdoms of Amalur, but the other stuff is true.
Yes. I mean, maybe not 9 hours.
I don't even know if there's 9 hours left in that game.
Perhaps. I know. I'm on Kashyyyk. I know there's a lot of backtracking going on, but I don't know if I'm going to do all of it.
Might want to just refresh her on the story, right?
I really do like that fucking game, though.
It's a good game.
Especially since I'm coming up on that one planet where you get to go through the whole Star Destroyer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's like my favorite part of that fucking game. That's where you really get to use everything, and you learn something. It's just a random thing you can do, and there's so much story just in that one spot, dude.
Yeah.
You find out everything that happened during Order 66.
And I realized I didn't do
cool.
all. I realized I didn't do all of it last time. I must have just been like, yeah, that must have been everything, and fucked off. Because when I saw you, I was like, oh no, there's more to that. But yeah, no, I have an appreciation for that game, especially as I watch the third season of The Mandalorian. Which we will not talk about until we're probably
watched
through it.
All of it. Yeah, that's what we've done with all of them.
Because we'll have the whole picture on that thing, and I think a lot of episode 100 might be some rambling about Star Wars, so there might be a little there, but we won't talk about it in full until it's over, which it will never be over.
No, they're always going to be. There's always it's like a lighthouse. There's always going to be a Star Wars, man.
But anyway,
did you want to talk about 100? What we had planned on doing? We're just probably going to have some beers and chill, and it's just going to be a conversation one. We're not going to be doing any reviews. We're not going to look. I mean, we'll probably talk about the look back, but I don't think that's going to be the whole episode. We're probably just going to hang out.
Talk a little bit about the look back, but I think what we really want to do is a look forward, because this year is probably going to be one of the busier ones.
Yeah. That we've had in at least 3 years.
We're somewhat excited and or feel obligated to watch a lot more movies this year than we did the past couple of years. So we might be back to our old selves, as it were.
Yeah,
but,
hopefully.
I don't think we're going to reflect on all of our episodes. You know what I mean? Like it's been a long run.
Yeah.
I think more or less, I think we're just going to celebrate that we made it here and what we're going to do going forward. And just speculating about where the movies are right now, because it actually is the outlook is a lot different than it was 1 year ago. Right. I could have swore like movie theaters and shit were over.
It looked bad, dude.
But now I'm kind of like, this year is just kind of, they're coming.
They're coming back. They're coming back and forth, dude. And it's somewhat exciting. About a third of the year I'm excited for.
Sure,
the rest of it I'm just like, I do
like that. While the theater is still going to be a big part, that most shit comes to the streaming platform that the studio is attached to within like 90 days now. Yeah. So even if there is one that we missed, we can get to it.
We're always going to be able to get back to it. Yeah. I like that they're doing that now. They're actually kind
instead
of embracing
4 months later when like kind of nobody cares.
Yeah,
you know
right.
I mean?
Right. You randomly see it on DVD and you're like, oh, I should probably pick that up, and then you never fucking do.
Yeah. So if it's a busier time and you're like, dude, I just can't bring myself to go to the theater to watch, I don't know. There was
Indiana Jones
and the Dial of Destiny, yeah. Or Bad Boys. Oh fuck, it pisses me off so much. Bad Boys 4, which is not what Bad Boys 4 Life.
I'm telling you,
the third one was Bad Boys 4
I'm
Life.
telling you, dude. This one, it's just instead of Bad Boys 4 Life, it's gonna be Before the Boys. Because that's those kind of movies, dude.
You're right. It might just be called Bad Boys with the A as a 4.
With the A as a 4. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's exactly what they're going to do.
I'll tell you
that's Michael Bay.
I'll tell you one that I'm probably not fucking running to the theater to see.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Hang on. That's definitely one of them. But Fast 10, I don't know. After Fate of the Furious is one of the greatest movie-going experiences of my life.
I had a great time that night. That was an awesome movie.
Fast 9 sucked so much shit.
Oh, God.
And this one looks like it's leaning more in that super serious.
I saw someone compare it to The Expendables.
Yeah, which they're making another one of those.
Yeah, I saw a poster for that, and I was like, well, what?
Yeah.
I thought we were done.
You know what, Josh? This is for next episode.
Yeah.
This is for next episode.
Yeah.
That was just a quick teaser.
We got a lot to go over, Ryan. We've been gone for a while. I've been sick. You've been sick. I've been working like nonstop lately.
It hasn't just fallen on me like it normally does. There was actually dual illness going on.
Yeah.
Typically, when we're like, "Oh, we were sick,"
I was sick. We were the double dragon of disease.
It's true. But we're back, and we've got quite the list here.
We got a lot on our plate, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's not just mashed potatoes.
Well, you know what? Since you said it, we have a lot on our plate. We might as well start with the menu.
The menu. Oh, how convenient you bring it up after I make a delicious plate joke.
You brought me right into it. Josh, what did you think of the menu?
I enjoyed it a lot. That much. So much Ryan had to open a beer. No, I really liked that movie. It was very funny. I didn't laugh very much, but it was very, very, very funny. I think the one that made me laugh out loud really fucking hard was when he's talking to Leguizamo about why he's there. And he's like, I had one day off. I hadn't had a day off in weeks. I had one day off. I went and saw your movie and it ruined my fucking day. And I was like, I've been that mad in a movie. I know what he's talking about, dude. No, the menu was really fucking good.
That level of absurdity was what made it enjoyable, because part of me wondered, like, if it was just like, I mean, I guess you knew pretty early on that it wasn't just like a prank because somebody gets their fucking finger chopped off.
You know, I thought the movie was going to go in a totally different angle because, like, they made such a big deal out of showing them the meat locker when they first got there. And I was like, oh, cannibalism.
Sure, yeah.
That was exactly where I thought that movie was going to go. And then they have one of them walks into it and everything's looking around. They show all the meat hooks and it's all kind of creepy. And you're like, oh, they're going to eat them, you know?
Yeah, that level, the level of absurdity it did actually go was what made it enjoyable, but it also is what kind of ruined it for me.
Really?
Because I was like, okay, I'm in on the concept where they've just like, they're fucking done, right? But the fact that like that many people are all just like on board, and there's a point in the movie, it's when they let all the dudes run away. Yeah. And they're like, but if we catch you. And I was like, why would all these chefs be like able to run down all these people and catch them and all this shit?
You ever seen that Anthony Bourdain?
No, I know.
You ever seen that fucking dude that lied about being the president's
chef? They made it. I know, but they made it seem like it was inevitable that they were going to be caught. And I mean, I guess except for they know the island since they all live there. Yeah. But it's just those little things where I'm just kind of like, there's not one person who is like, this sucks. I don't want to do this.
Well, I took that to be kind of a parody of the whole cult of personality kind of thing, where you've got people that follow Bobby Flay. Like, I dated a girl that was like fucking infatuated with some of these chefs and stuff like that. Like, she was an excellent cook and she learned a lot from them, but she was just like, oh my God, one of these days we have to go here and they inject rosemary. There's like a pillow that you sit on that. Oh, it's a. I'm like, well, what's the food like? And she's like, oh, it's a sense experience. I'm like, do I get a hamburger?
Yes. You know? and that's what makes the movie work. And that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword where I'm like, that's why it's funny. Yeah. And that is the joke. And it's making me enjoy it. Yeah. But then part of me was like, they're taking this goofiness like very seriously.
And then you got to remember too, there was the one guy who was like, I don't want to do this, and he fucked up, and they knew he was like not fully in on the whole thing, and they fucking got him.
Yeah, that's true. But the route they did go, it was so absurd and so funny. Yeah. Especially with Nicholas Hoult, where like he's that person who's just like, oh my God, and he's loving everything, and like then you find out about Anya Taylor-Joy and what's going on there. Yeah. And then you figure out that he knows what's going on before he even got there.
I thought he was an insufferable tit to begin with. I fucking hated him for most of that movie, I thought. And then you find out that he was in on the whole thing. He was fully aware of what was going to happen. His date.
And thought it was worth it.
And was just like, yeah, I thought it was worth it. He was willing to sacrifice someone for just
and
to
himself,
get there.
Just to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But his was the most satisfying when like, the level of anxiety, even though like you hated that character by that point, but the level of anxiety when they're like, you cook us something, and like, oh God, you can tell it totally. He doesn't know what he's doing, and fucking, and just they talk so much shit to him that he just went and hung himself. Yeah. Spoilers for the menu, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. That shit was very satisfying, and you're like, that sort of thing. Here is where. And this is me nitpicking, and I don't know why, because the movie is so enjoyable, and it's a dumb horror, sort of dark comedy horror, premise. So
it's kind of a thriller.
So it's like you should just enjoy it. It's like fucking Ready or Not, right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't nitpick that movie to death, but for whatever reason in this one, I'm like, why would they kill the guy that owns them and then talk about how they're free, but then they all burn themselves to death
while they dress up as
pastries. Yes, and I'm like, because it's hilarious, and it's poking fun at the absurdity and the
of that
the
whole culture,
the
pompous
of both sides, the diners and the fucking celebrity chefs and the people who worship them, and the Hell's Kitchen sort of chef shit. Yeah, and that's why it's so good. But in my brain, for whatever reason, it was so practically shot and so kind of down to earth realistic.
Yeah,
that my brain wanted to just go.
It was
like,
very.
My brain just kind of wanted to go like, this doesn't feel right. This isn't right.
This isn't quality.
When like that is the point.
Well, and it's funny you bring it up because the only time he ever gets happy is when he makes something simple. He makes just a cheeseburger for that girl, and. Like the whole movie's that. It's very bare bones, very, very simple. And I love that about it. I think that's what make one of the strong points about it is you're watching a very simply filmed movie that has its concept exceeds its filmmaking, I think. And I thought it was great. Like I said, I didn't laugh very much in it, but all of it was enjoyable and very, 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 very funny.
The movie really, when I kind of got what was going on, and I'm like, I like what they're doing, was when, like, they're clearly fucking with everybody, right? And then when you're like, or are they?
Yeah.
And then when they printed all that shit onto the tortillas that they gave them, and it was like quarterly reports or something where they were fudging the books for those douchebags, and they're like, what the fuck is this? Those are tortillas. These are tortillas. Yeah, like they just weren't acknowledging it.
The one that got me in the same way was when they overheard her bitching about that sauce.
Yeah,
about how
they kept bringing
her bigger and bigger bowls of that.
We
sauce
brought you a big broken emulsion here. Here you go. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's very snarky. Is how I would describe the humor in that movie. It's very, very sarcastic. Very, very good.
Yeah, it's got a lot of like rich people, am I right? On top of like celebrity chefs, am I right? On top of like waiting sort of shit, like from the movie Waiting, where it's like service industry people, am I right? Where they're all friends with each other and they're always there. And it's nice to see like a crowd pleasing comedy, high concept sort of movie that kind of is like hit mainstream really good. Like it hit a mainstream audience.
It's like we were talking about with The Northman, where The Northman, I mean, to a lesser extent than this, I think, because I don't think it was as successful or anything, but which is a damn shame because like we were saying, it's weird to see some of these more artsy style movies that you randomly would run across on like Netflix, and it would be the best thing on Netflix, or you'd come across it in like back in the day in a video store and be like, dude, this is a cult classic, man. No one's ever watched this movie, but you're seeing them find a spot in the mainstream, and it's really fucking cool, man, to see that happen. It's not like a Grosse Pointe Blank where barely anybody's ever seen it, and it's fucking hilarious.
It is a damn good movie. And it requires you to suspend your disbelief just a little bit.
Yeah.
And my brain, for whatever reason, like watching it so plainly filmed and like so matter of factly done was like this ain't right. But like also understanding what they were doing and enjoying every second of it.
So, I mean,
I will just say that there's like it's like when we talked about fucking Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah.
And we talked about like the absurdist angle of it and the surrealism and all that shit. And I was just like, somebody like my dad telling me it was like the worst movie I ever saw. I'm like, yeah, no shit. For you, that would. And I think for some people, they're gonna be like confused by this movie.
I don't know, dude. Nobody turns into a horseman,
Yeah. And I found even myself kind of fighting that and then reminding myself like, that's the point, dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one thing. I think I don't know if it works for everybody. Like my wife found it very weird, but then was like, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
So maybe it does ride the line just enough.
I think it does ride a real thin line because I think it's a little long.
Yeah.
But
we'll talk about long movies later.
Yeah. Absurd and long. Yeah. Oh my God, that fucking movie. But I think that's good. Where she's just like, it's weird as shit, but I really like it, kind of thing. That's how I felt the whole time. I felt uncomfortable watching that movie.
Yeah,
because you're always waiting for something completely awful to happen, and nothing really.
It plays out exactly like they said it would.
Horrible. Yeah.
You keep thinking there's going to be a twist, but really there's not. They really kind of set it like you realize something's off, and then when you realize what's happening, and they say what's going to happen, and then it just happens.
Yeah.
But like you're always on edge that the other shoe's about to drop.
Yeah,
right?
you're waiting for it's that Hitchcock method of where they tell you right off the bat, this is what's gonna go. Yeah. You know, and you're just like, no, nobody does that anymore. You know,
yeah, right.
And it's like, I don't know. I kept waiting for that Texas Chainsaw Massacre moment. Because like I said, dude, at the beginning, I was like, oh, cannibals. They're going to hunt these fucking people and then feed them to each other or something like that.
Yeah.
Eat the rich kind of thing, you know, except it was more literal. And like, no, that didn't happen. You know, it was, they actually got a last meal, basically. Such a good movie, dude.
It is very good. It's on HBO Max, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
HBO Max. Go ahead and check that one out.
Please do. That was one of the best movies I've seen in a while.
Yeah, all of the movies we're talking about. Well, not all. Yes, all of the movies we're talking about are going to be on streaming. So,
yeah,
Josh, moving right on.
Oh my God, number 2.
That was the menu.
Yes.
And you know what's on the menu sometimes, especially at Outback Steakhouse?
The bloomin' onion.
The bloomin' onion. No, we're gonna talk about the glass onion. Ryan Johnson's new film. They named it a Knives Out mystery, even though he didn't want them to.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
They should just do what they do with Poirot and Sherlock and all that stuff. Just take his name and what it's called.
Yeah.
But I don't, you know what's funny? I thought about that too. And I was like, I don't even really remember his fucking name. I don't think anyone's going to remember Daniel Craig's name.
Yeah, no, it was a good call. Like, but he was kind of like, no, it's all part of it's
Knives Out is a thing.
Yeah.
Glass Onion is a thing. It's just the same guy. Yeah, no, I know exactly what he's doing, but at the same time,
Knives Out was a big hit. So use that as the branding.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Glass Onion from Ryan Johnson, the sequel for all it's more of an anthology. I wouldn't call it a sequel.
Anthology. Yeah. The next film and the next installment
in a whodunit. Fine. I guess I'm just gonna set you up twice. What did you think of Glass Onion, Josh?
I wanted to like it a lot more than I did. I don't hate it. I don't not like it. I thought it was okay.
Yeah. It's hard for me to remember if we talked about it in depth on the podcast or not. Knives Out.
I think we did.
Yeah. I really enjoy Knives Out. I think
I was middle of the road on Knives Out, if I remember right. And I'm less than that on this one, where I'm just like, nah.
This one is fine.
It's... to compare it with the menu, because they share a lot in common, it just seemed really juvenile and fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, obvious in certain part. Well, I honestly, I think the accents. So Ryan Johnson's humor, like let's take it way back, right? Like let's talk about The Last Jedi. A lot of the problem with The Last Jedi, they brought over a lot of the humor they did in Force Awakens, right? But that was more subdued and more like, hey, remember Star Wars can be fun, and not crying about sand people.
Ryan,
what?
Fucking Finn walked around in a fat man suit filled with water.
No, I'm saying in Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah.
It was more like, remember
okay,
Star Wars.
I misheard you.
Remember Star Wars can be fun, and it's less about crying about sand people and your mom being raped to death or whatever. So So, and then they brought that over, and then it was like Yo Mama jokes and Finn fucking leaking fluid everywhere.
Yeah.
And then that quickly went away, thankfully.
Yeah.
But Ryan Johnson's humor, I feel like, is not in our liking.
Well, I mean, I hate to necessarily dismiss it. I make fart jokes.
Sure.
At least 4 times a day.
I think telling it's the whole package, right? Crank calling Hux as an idea is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
execution.
the execution of all the resistance versus the First Order stuff in that movie. I'm getting way off track. Anyway, his fucking humor in this is more in Knives Out. It was more snarky. First of all, better actors. And it was snarkier family drama, more Royal Tenenbaums type shit, right?
Apart from Edward Norton in this one, I think most of the actors were pretty... Because I really enjoyed Edward Norton. I liked him a lot.
So this one, it was more like really in your face and more like social media influencer times 3 and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk.
Yeah, I mean? Elon Musk meets fucking Jobs.
And that, Josh, it's funny that they made this movie got delayed for a long time, right? So it's like
wasn't it supposed to be like 2 years ago?
This is like pre-Twitter acquisition where like the veil really dropped with Musk.
And I feel like that's where a lot of the jokes fall flat. Plus, like humor's kind of changed just over the last 3 years.
You think?
Just a little bit. But yeah, dude, like Musk is so fucking stupid. See, and that's where I feel like because like I was watching it being like, oh, he's Jobs, and then the longer it went, the more I was like, no, he's fucking Musk, because Musk is actually retarded.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh my god, he's just a
Jobs was a dick.
Yeah, Jobs was just an asshole that was smart but didn't create.
That was part of the humor that I really liked, when all of a sudden you've got Daniel Craig just sitting there like going over like all the little things,
it's dumb.
The words he used wrong, and then just being mad at how easy it was to solve what was going on.
Yeah.
That was
But he missed it the whole time, you know? So it's like, yeah, it is dumb, but it's also so fucking simple that you literally thought it couldn't possibly be
just
that.
Like, so dumb it's brilliant. No, it's just dumb. And like all of that stuff was kind of funny, but
that was good,
but it was all the stuff before that.
See, part of me
all
is
the
this,
ruse, I guess.
I kept thinking of Borderlands 3.
Sure.
For anybody that didn't play Borderlands 3, your in the video game, your nemesis are 2 video game streamers, and they're very obviously written by an old dude that doesn't know anything about streaming. And this feels like it's written about a guy that doesn't understand influencers.
Yes.
And I mean, I think influencers are some of the dumbest fucking people on the world. Most of them.
You're definitely aged out of watching any amount of social media influencers.
Dude.
And I there's like a few that I like.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. There's a couple people that I don't know if they are influencers or if they take that title, but they have influenced me to do things and buy stuff.
Sure.
So, but I enjoy them better, you know? So I wonder if that...
Yeah, I like it so it doesn't suck.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude.
But no, it's funny. Yeah, Borderlands 3. That's very funny.
I just kept thinking of the streamers the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it was like Kate Hudson's character and Dave Bautista's character in particular. I did like Dave Bautista's whole fucking... It's just like alpha male dog. Oh yes, mommy.
Yeah, you know? he went, and it's funny. I think there's a certain streamer, and I'm just not going to say, but I think they took from starting as like a Twitch gamer, you know what I mean, and then going that stupid Andrew Tate.
Fucking Andrew Tate. Wow.
No, but it's true. But going that fucking,
exactly.
Like,
no, exactly.
Like alpha male fucking saying female a lot bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I mean, we should just talk about Don't Worry, Darling while we're at it.
Did you watch it?
No.
No, neither did I, dude. I can't pull the trigger on it because, like, the trailers didn't really interest me all that much. I fucking got sucked into the drama around that fucking movie more than I did anything else. Like, for some odd reason, I found that absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde's apparently out of her fucking mind. But
it seemed like a real shit show. And you know, and that's the thing is a lot of that stuff doesn't get out these days. So that's why that was so interesting. The movie is kind of an afterthought at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like the shit surrounding that movie is funnier than
it's like The Room. The Room is fucking whatever. It's just a bad fucking movie, but everything around that is what makes that whole thing fascinating. But like I've talked about it before. I love fucking documentaries about shit fucking movies. Like I love the Island of Dr. Moreau one. That's a fantastic documentary. But now anyway,
back to the Glass Onion.
Yeah. Let's keep talking about Glass Onion. I feel like the humor weighs that fucking movie down.
Yes, absolutely. And it's in the forefront.
The plot in general.
Well, here's the thing. And I understand how a whodunit works. But this was more...
Didn't feel like a whodunit. It was more like a howdunit.
This was more like, let's rewind. I'm in on the ruse and less of I know what's going on and I'm letting these things play out to try to... I don't know what's going on, but I know who was involved and I want to see how this plays out to figure out what happened. And that was what Knives Out was about.
Yeah.
He was on Ana de Armas immediately.
Yeah.
But he was like, I don't think... she killed him.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out what actually happened. And it's fun watching that play out in a bunch of misdirection.
Yeah, this one tried to go, I felt like, a little bit more from more of a Columbo-style angle where you're just trying to catch the guy and you're wondering when he's going to get there.
Yeah, he knew and they were setting him up and then it was like, and now I will explain to you what happened. And it wasn't like, oh shit, now is it all going to come together? It was, now let's watch her smash things and blow the place up.
The end of that movie is so frustratingly stupid.
Yeah.
I thought I was just like, well, we're just going to hang out with him and break all his shit. You know, like
they were very, the sister included, they really played the fact that like, your sister is dead. He murdered somebody. They played that really like for laughs. Yeah, the first one's really good. And this one I felt was enjoyable because Rian Johnson, I'll say it again, he can put a movie together very well. And scenes flow together very well.
A lot of
shoots things very well.
A lot of like the sweeping shots of the complex and everything, dude. A lot of it made me feel like I was watching a Bond movie almost, dude. And it's...
He needs to direct movies he doesn't write.
100%. But like Patty Jenkins.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, no, we'll save that for 100.
Yeah, we'll save that.
I really want to get into that whole fucking shit show. But no, I felt like it didn't hit the mark, man.
No.
I liked the surprise Hugh Grant cameo. That was kind of cool. I really liked that. That's the fucking watched 2 movies with Hugh Grant in it that I didn't know he was in. Fucking Gentleman. He's in The Gentleman.
Oh, that's right.
We'll talk about that later a little bit if you want. But no, I like Glass Onion enough, but like it
didn't make me angry.
No, it didn't make me angry, but it didn't impress me. Like it didn't leave an impression on me. I'll say that because like it did impress me, but like it didn't. It's the same thing how I felt about Knives Out. I thought Knives Out was okay. I'm never going to watch it again.
Sure. Well, these are hard movies to watch again.
Well, and this is the thing that I feel like always happens to these to Rian Johnson with these 2 movies. The Menu came out right before it.
Sure.
And then with Knives Out, Ready or Not came out right before it, and it's literally the same fucking movie except with more of a horror twist to it. Mm-hmm. And Ready or Not is a funnier, just better all around movie than Knives Out is. And then
I think I like them both equally, but yeah
there you go. You know, but it's for some, I guess. Then, and then this one it's juxtaposed with The Menu, where it's like, oh, rich people are retarded and will do anything.
Yes, yeah.
And then this
similar
one is
themes.
Rich people are retarded and will do anything.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, and both of them are right, but one has a very cutting, biting, sarcastic wit, and this one's just like, these guys are full of poop.
Yeah,
you know,
dumbasses. Yeah.
Like what kills it is Kate Hudson's character talking to a fucking lamp, thinking it's an Alexa. Like
in case you didn't get it, she's a ditz, right? Like
I kept waiting for it to like be revealed. Like that was the thing. I kept waiting for some of these people to be revealed to actually be on their game.
Sure. Yeah.
And the only guy that you knew was on his game. He was just fucking coward and beaten down by the situation and stuff. Yeah, it's just, I kept waiting for Kate Hudson to be like, I'm not stupid, and then like she puts it all together or something like that,
Yeah, no, it was.
No, she's just retarded.
Yeah,
all the way through. I keep saying that. We're gonna have to edit the shit out of this.
Yeah. Oh, I won't. I refuse. Let's not forget, everybody, the Black Eyed Peas, and I know they don't want you to remember this because they deleted that version and acted like it never happened. Let's get it started in here. That's not the original version of that song.
Nope.
Okay. So, sorry, we're from the early 2000s when we were adults. Yeah. Well, I guess not me.
No, you were still a child.
But I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't.
People just say autistic now, and it's supposed to be
right.
better.
I guess. Better. I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway,
whatever. You're retarded. Okay. So I refuse to cut it. I didn't do it last time I said it. Like, I'm not taking a stand. I just don't care. You can be offended. This isn't a hill to die on.
Definitely not. No, yeah.
God damn it, Josh! Why'd you have to say anything?
Because sometimes I feel bad.
What the fuck was I gonna say? Yes. Oh, except for Batista's girlfriend. It's like, oh, she's actually not dumb. She just is upfront about that she's playing the game, and all the rest of them are.
She's trying to grow her brand.
All the rest of them are acting like, oh, we are here because of the
we're
things
gonna
we
change
did,
the world,
and they're all
and
riding
everything.
his dick.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah, like in concept and the construction of the movie is very well. That's what Rian Johnson is a good filmmaker. He's not a good writer, like at all. I really liked a lot of what he did in Last Jedi, but also a lot of it is the fucking worst. So
yeah, I wonder how much he was helped with some of those good parts. Or does he just write that kind of shit? Super. He needs to. If he,
I think
does,
he writes.
He is
a big. He is a huge KOTOR fan.
Oh yeah,
straight up.
Yeah,
so,
well, and that's why the fucking Force was so crazy in that and so fucking interesting. That's why the Jedis were so fucking dope.
Yeah,
but no, I think he excels at writing more serious shit than that, but his sense of humor is just goobery, dude, and that's fine. I love a goober sense of humor, but
his sense of humor
when you're trying to make a commentary,
yes, because
you gotta be that New Yorker
Poe,
type.
Yeah,
of
Poe,
shit.
and while I defend this somewhat, but like Poe learned a lesson, but it was very badly done.
It's very
and it's just
stupid.
it's like Finn learns that he needs to be part of something bigger, and it's like through the dumbest shit ever. Yeah. So like
through the guy literally
the parts are there.
Don't join.
Yes, yes, exactly. The parts are there, and then somebody who has a little more nuance needs to come through. Like he had nuance with the good nuance he had with certain characters in that movie. Yeah. Everybody fucking hated for some reason. Yeah. And then it's like, no. The problem is these other characters had no nuance with. It needed somebody to take a second pass at that and be like, are you guys sure? Are you guys sure we should have the one girl tell the black guy about slavery is bad?
The child soldier.
Do we want to do that? Is that what we want in the movie? I get what we're doing here. Like they have time to think slow speed chase. Doesn't matter. And in this one, same thing. It's like, do we need to be reminded that she's stupid and have her like talk to a lamp and stuff? Or can we have her like just you experience that as like the movie goes along?
Yeah.
No, right off the bat, she has to be an idiot. And it's like, but then they did both. So like He's not a great writer. The pieces are there. He's a good filmmaker. He needs somebody else to come. He needs a writing partner.
Yeah,
really bad.
Yeah, dude. He needs an Adam McKay to his Will Ferrell.
Kirshner should have. Kirshner. Kirshner. No, that's the director. I'm losing my mind. Doesn't matter.
I know what you're saying. No.
Some of these people need somebody in there to punch up these scripts.
Yeah. Well, it's Lucas for being surrounded by yes men for the prequels.
Yeah, for the prequels. Same shit. Yeah.
You're like, that sounds awesome. Then he says he hates sand. Excellent.
When the pieces there are interesting and cool, but just poorly done and out. Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's 100%.
It's too bad. See, this is the problem. We talk about somebody who directed a Star Wars movie, and I just want to talk about Star Wars.
Go that way.
I just want to go that way.
No. So do I. No. No,
when really these movies it has
drastically
so
different, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but the problem is consistent throughout his.
And I feel like in Knives Out, he never actually crossed that line with me in his humor.
No,
I felt like it was much more.
Well, you had
a Wes Anderson style.
It was
snarky.
Yeah.
Family
Well,
sort
and
of
you
thing.
had Chris Evans just chewing scenery, being
Yeah.
such a piece of shit, dude, and he's so good in that movie. Especially coming off of Cap. You know, coming off of all his Avengers movies and Captain America and everything, and he's just such a charismatic sack of shit.
I just I want to channel my Scott Pilgrim and fucking not another teen movie personas into this character. Yeah,
that's actually hilarious.
Yeah,
those rails are shit.
Again, I think it's on Netflix. Everybody pays for Netflix and doesn't watch anything. So I will say it's worth watching if you have Netflix.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You won't. You're not. That's what I was trying to say. You're not going to regret the watch of the film. It just didn't work for us as strongly as it. And there's a lot of people out there that like the movie a lot because it's not a bad film.
No.
It's just, it does. The problem is I watched The Menu and then I watched that.
See, I watched them in the reverse order, but even when I was done with Glass Onion, I was like, wow, I really liked Knives Out, and this is just okay.
No, I did. I kept thinking about Knives Out while I was watching it too, and I was just like, man, Knives Out was just so much more clever than this, and I didn't think Knives Out was that clever. I wonder if it's the cast, really. Like you said, it could just be the cast.
There's a cast. There's the goofy accent angle, which I was like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Outside of that, yeah, like Edward Norton was good.
Edward Norton is so fucking good in that movie because he's such a tool.
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn was great too. Catherine Hahn is always great.
Yeah.
I've liked her in just about everything. I was annoyed by her.
There was
Scarlet
too
Witch,
many people that were all involved in it as well, right?
Yeah.
Where like in Knives Out, it was kind of like you discovered that there were two characters that had their own issues, but they were like not involved with the murder. And it's like in this one, everybody is a suspect and everybody is fucking riding his dick.
Yeah.
So it was like it didn't have the same like it was just the Knives Out was a better written story.
Yeah.
And again, I thought it was fine.
I will say I'm glad to see Batista doing what he wants to do, getting out there, doing different roles. I mean, he's incredible in Blade Runner.
Yeah,
I love him in that movie. That really demonstrates the kind of talent that he's got, I think. And I like, and even in this, I really enjoyed his character a bit, where he's just kind of this fucking dumb, kind of luckless sycophant. Yeah, but I don't know, dude. Honestly, the weak link for me in all this is, and it's not Kate Hudson. It's Kate Hudson's character.
Yeah.
She's too fucking stupid. She belongs in like a Farrelly Brothers movie or something like that.
Oh, like the Green Book?
No.
Oh, well, that's a Farrelly Brothers
I keep
movie.
forgetting that's a Farrelly Brothers movie.
Are you talking about Best Picture winning Green Book, Josh?
No, I'm talking like fucking Dumb and Dumber or, oh God, what was the one where they were Siamese twins? Has everyone forgotten that movie? It's Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon, right?
Matt Damon.
Yeah. God, dude.
Whew.
Oh, God.
I don't know why I decided to like
I keep seeing this
trying
meme.
to leave me like I got you.
Yeah, right.
Green
No,
Book's,
you're like
Green Book's an
smiling.
okay movie.
Yeah, no, you were defending the Green Book when people were so mad about it. I
don't think it's best picture winning, but it was a fine.
I
film.
enjoyed the hell of it. I thought it was great. But no,
I knew you would. You were offended, but also I'm offended that you would say that. But you are right.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't all fall on Kate Hudson. Again, it's there's just something there. The parts are there. It doesn't come together.
No,
it's not as good as some of his other films, and it's just
fine. even the sister, I couldn't.
Yeah, no,
I couldn't abide.
It was the accent thing. It really was for me. I was like, why do we have to do this?
Yeah.
Why
Because she did it.
Because it's funny.
She's just a down-home girl.
Jesus Christ.
The whole end of that movie, dude, is just like...
it really...
You're just going to break all his shit? That's...
It really did...
it?
The end, it really fell apart for me. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about this one?
No, I'm fucking done,
we
dude.
need to move.
We're
need
talking
to move
in
on.
circles now.
We need to move on because we have plenty to talk about. And again, not that great. Check it out.
Right? Yeah. No, you may get more enjoyment out of it than we did. It's a fine film.
It's not a bad movie, but it is disappointing, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
So anyway, we need to talk about another film that we watched.
We do.
It went to theaters briefly.
Very briefly.
I was surprised at how fast it came out.
I honestly, I'm not.
I guess not. And we paid for it.
Well, we did. I rented it.
Yeah. I gave you money.
Well, you chipped in, dog. Fucking Jesus. I was pumped. I had actually forgotten about it, dude. And then you were just like, "Yo, are we gonna watch this or what?"
It was for my
fuck. Yeah,
it's for my birthday. That's
it was
what
for your birthday.
That's what I wanted to do. I was like, we need to sit down.
I want to drink beer. I want to watch the plane.
I want to watch Plane.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna talk about. Gerard Butler, he's back, baby.
Old Jer Bear coming back.
I'm sure longtime listeners have heard me sing the praises of the Olympus Has Fallen trilogy,
right?
Because it's fucking amazing.
You know what I want to fucking talk about? We'll do it in a minute, dude. But you brought up something that has always bothered me while we were watching that movie, and we'll get into it, dude.
Okay. Yes, Plane. Let's talk about Plane. Gerard Butler. I will just ask myself how I felt about it.
Do you want me to ask?
Yes, you can ask.
Ryan, how'd you feel about Plane?
It was exactly what I wanted.
There you go.
It's not a good movie.
No.
But it's not a bad movie.
I'm going to say that movie surprised the shit out of me with how good it actually was.
I will say that. It knew
that
what it wanted to be.
movie was way better than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting just straight up schlock.
Yeah.
And it's... Well, we'll get into it.
It pays a lot of service to people that are into those action type of movies where, like, first of all, very nitty gritty. I think aviation nerds would really appreciate what they did.
Oh, dude,
at the beginning of that movie.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know fuck all about all those processes and stuff like that. And they were like, nope, we got to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We'll just do this. Now there's a storm. Okay. We fucking climb to this, just hit us at this angle, and then the whole crash was incredible. So professional. It's so simply filmed and everything. That whole bit, you're expecting like chaos and like people are screaming, like he's fucking turn us to the right, and fucking like, oh, we gotta put the fire in the engine out, motherfucker, and it's, no, he's just like, all right, dude, what we're gonna do is this, all right, adjust for this, and it's so professional, like you believe that these two dudes know what they're doing, and it's I loved that part of that movie.
Very, very good, and then it immediately takes a weird turn into Gerard Butler, he's a commercial pilot because he's ex-Air Force.
Yeah.
And then also...
kicked out, and he's also on the ropes because he punched out a passenger for being a dick.
Yes. Yeah.
And that passenger deserved to get his ass kicked. Oh, I loved that part of that movie.
I forgot about that. But also on board is a fucking a fugitive that's being taken in, and it's
for those with the keen eye, it's Luke Cage of Marvel's Luke Cage.
Correct. And it's like, oh, he killed his wife or something, but then you learn more about him.
Yeah.
Turns out ex-military or fucking mercenary.
He was a French Foreign Legion, and he had murders on him, dude. So he had no choice. So he joined the French Foreign Legion.
Yes, and it's goofy as fuck. And they become best friends immediately.
They don't become best friends immediately. That guy's gonna fuck him over the whole time, dude. He's just a good man. He's no bad man. He's a good man. He just does bad things. He's
but
a
you know
Jason
what I'm saying?
Statham type.
You know, like, and then it's weird. They only did it for one scene, but they had that really like claustrophobic handheld fight scene,
and that's what I was gonna bring up,
like,
dude.
It does
was
a lot
like
of stuff for action.
That
fans.
movie really needed to do more of that because the cinematography in that, the fight choreography, the cinematography in that scene is so fucking good. And then you don't see anything like that for the rest of the fucking movie, and it sucks. Because that scene's so goddamn good.
It transitions more into the fucking the like unhinged sort of firefight shit, which like again a certain lover of action films will love what they did with that. Where like they have a 50 cal and it's just like you want to see somebody shoot through a fucking car door and then still get exploded out the back.
Okay, I forgot about the fucking sniper rifle scene. That shit was dope, dude.
Yeah,
like we were both just like, oh this shit, oh shit, oh are they gonna shoot him for? No, oh yeah, dude. And you're just watching him punch holes through cars and shit, and that. It was cool to see that shit. That harks back to Arnold with the minigun in T2. You know, it was just. Fucking, I just remember that scene, just being like, it's a goddamn minigun, and everybody starts running. And that made me think of that scene, dude, where he's just punching holes, taking dudes out with that cannon, dude. That thing is,
it's got all those beats. It's got the fucking suits, right? And it's like, and they're like, oh man.
The suits angle was actually really interesting. Where most times that shit's like cringy as fuck, but nobody's like, he's the baddest motherfucker.
Yeah,
alive.
they're just like, we're an airline.
It's none of that. Yeah,
we're an airline, but also they went down in a place where like we've got fucking special mercenary fucks that we sent in for this, and they just bring like $500,000 in cash just to try to buy them back and shit. And they're like, it ain't enough. We'll probably only get a few of them. Yeah, but oh man, and it's like. It's like
we don't have enough money to get ourselves out of here.
Even they think they're fucked, but like it's their job. And like, when they go and rescue them and it's like just this insane firefight. It just has like everything.
You know what's weird?
It has the ridiculous fucking ending with the taking, with getting that plane back in the air.
Yeah. But like I was saying, I really wish that we had more fights like in that fucking warehouse and stuff like that. Because that was... So that brought me back to like when Jason Bourne first came out, the first Bourne Identity. When Bourne Identity came out and the whole claustrophobic shaky cam thing was like brand new. No one had ever seen shit like that before. And everything after that was so
where it wasn't
awful.
Quick
It wasn't just a series of quick cuts and stuff like that. It was you were in the fight and everything. And this was...
If you know what we're talking about,
Yeah. It's so good. It's the Daredevil hallway fight.
Yes.
It's fucking... It's the first Bourne Identity. It's all those great fight scenes. It's John Wick shit.
Sure.
It's all those great things in one fucking scene. And I was like, yo, is this going up a notch,
the level
dude?
we're at? Yeah.
Is this where are we going to do this for the whole fucking film? And unfortunately we don't, but that doesn't take away from it because the movie's just a solid fucking B-level action movie. Mm-hmm. I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's better.
Dare I say I enjoyed playing more than you?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. So here's the problem. It's better than the Olympus Has Fallen movies, right?
Angel
because
Fallen,
it's like I'm like, oh, this is like getting close to John Wick levels of like these are like action movie fans who are trying to make a movie for action movie fans.
Yeah.
But still kind of silly, where like Olympus Has Fallen is just like, here's silly fucking action movie schlock.
Yeah. No, it's funny you say this, dude, and the whole time I was like, man, I've been fucking up, man. Brian mine had the right idea. I gotta watch those Olympus movies, dude.
No, and you really do. But like this movie's like almost too good for me to enjoy.
You're looking for that showdown in Little Tokyo.
I want to laugh a little bit. Where in fact I was kind of like, this is like a little quaint, very well done.
I think you even said that in the movie. You were like, I think this is too good for me.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I really do think so. And as we know, for whatever reason, I can't enjoy a good action movie if it's not dumb. Like I don't know.
Very true.
I don't know why.
That's very
John
true.
Wick is the only exception.
Yeah. Well, and John Wick is pretty fucking dumb at this point, dude. No,
it just has good world building. That's really that makes the difference for me. And this was just like, it's a plane in the Philippines, you know? Like, and it's like the action movie shit is so well done, but I'm like, it's wrapped in they crashed their plane.
Yeah, it like walks the line between like John Wick, Jason Bourne, and Man on Fire.
Yeah.
You know, and while throwing in a bit of that schlock, because like Luke Cage is pretty fucking boilerplate.
Yeah, and when he's like, I can't get on that plane with you, he like runs off with the money. Like a lot of stuff is very goofy and very funny, but overall, it's like it's so well done, and I'm just kind of like in service of like this kind of movie where it's like they crashed a plane in the Philippines.
This is another one where I was like, oh, the mercs are gonna land and they're gonna be pieces of shit. You know, and nope, they're there to do their job, and they do their job. You know,
and they weren't like, hey, listen here, we're in charge, buddy. Like they were like, hey, this is and they're like listening to them and like taking suggestions.
They're working with the captain,
and what's his face, and like, I'm like, yeah, like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it, and I really,
the look on your face is so good where you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. That's really good, and I can appreciate it. I just think
you weren't going in there expecting it, and for some odd reason, it didn't rise above.
Just think I wonder if like this kind of level of care in filmmaking should have gone into a better script.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's hung on a shitty story.
Yeah.
Of I crashed my plane.
This is a dumb fucking movie. Yeah. This is a really dumb fucking movie.
So I thought the premise would be surrounded by more wackiness.
Yeah.
Where like they took a dumb premise and then made it really, really good.
I thought it was gonna be like he's a pro too, you know, and he's out there just No, he's got the 6 months basic training. And he does it, and Luke Cage dude is literally leading him around the whole fucking movie and doing all the things that you would expect him to be doing as well. And he's just fucking bad at all of it. And it's interesting to see Gerard Butler's career pre this and be that guy most of the time. And in this one, he's got I know how to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
I know most of the characters.
Most of the characters act like they should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's again, it's a very, very well made movie hung on like this kind of dumb premise, and I'm like, it makes it like, wow, that was fucking way better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
A little disappointed.
Oh man.
Yeah, right.
This wasn't stupid.
This wasn't stupid at all.
I enjoyed this.
This was actually pretty good. Fuck. Yeah. So it's a very strange complaint to have. But yeah, like, holy shit. I did not expect that.
Well, that's how you brought up, speaking of Gerard Butler's career, and this is what I was going to talk about. You brought up how we paused it after watching that awesome fucking fight scene.
Yeah.
Why hasn't Gerard Butler become like a Vin Diesel or anything like that? And I have no fucking idea, dude, because I've always enjoyed him in his action flicks.
Why is Vin Diesel and The Rock and all these guys like getting an alt like fucking Skyscraper and all these fucking movies and just demanding all this money to make all this shit when I'm like, this is a good movie, and he's made other movies that I think are good.
Yeah.
But
they're at least on par with shit like Skyscraper and shit, San Andreas and all that shit. Yeah.
Like why, like how come he like never
How come he doesn't get away with it?
How come we're not seeing more of these?
I don't know. Part of me wonders if he's just got that workman type of mentality where he's just like, no, it's just a job. I'll do whatever. I like working with these guys. I'm going to do that.
Could be he doesn't want to put in the time. Who knows? Like maybe his agent, maybe him and his agent, and he's just like, nah, I just like to work, and I'm not trying to.
Right. Well, and I remember
I'm not trying to be the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
There was a brief couple years there where it looked like he was going to take off. He was in rom-coms.
He was in rom-coms plus Gamer, and then the Olympus Has Fallen.
And I watched Gamer. Gamer's not fucking bad. Dude.
Yeah, Gamer is not as dumb as he would think it would be.
No, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, dude, because I think Gerard Butler's a competent enough actor, dude, and I always enjoy him. The first thing I ever remember seeing him in was one of my favorite fucking little B movies was Reign of Fire, where him and Christian Bale, before he was Christian Bale, fought dragons with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
That movie's so fucking cool, and I love that fucking movie. But it's not a great movie. It's a B movie, dude, because it's fucking. But it's such a dumb concept, and I fucking love it. And Gerard Butler's a fucking secondary character in it, but he's got so much charisma that you're just like you're enjoying every scene he's in, dude.
Yeah.
And that's my thing is like Gerard Butler's a cool fucking guy. I love watching him on camera, dude.
I agree.
He's kind of a
doesn't matter what accent he's doing. I kind of just like the guy.
yeah, exactly. Well, he gets to be Scottish in that movie because it's set in England, you know, and it's a fucking him and Carl Urban, I think, kind of fit that same vein where Carl Urban's always working and everybody loves Carl Urban. Gerard Butler isn't even on his level, you know, and it's like, has he not found his niche? Because I feel like he has. No one's watching it, you know, and I feel kind of bad that old Jam Bear is getting like Steven Seagal, and he's not Steven Seagal. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just
Luck of the draw.
there's only so many spaces, I guess, for leading men who demand the most money.
He's going to come out with something.
Yeah, and The Rock and Vin Diesel are on franchises that won't die.
You know what they need to do? They need to pair him up with a little kid.
They do. They need to pair him up with a little kid. They need to put him.
They
in
need to give him the Logan
put him in a
treatment.
Disney animated movie and do a voice. That's really what he needs. But yeah, man, I can't wait for whatever he does next. Goofy or competent action movie, I don't care. I'm ready.
No,
I'm ready
Plane,
for it.
Yeah, Plane was
or even
really
another
good.
fucking rom-com. I'll watch fucking I don't even remember.
27 Dresses.
No, the Katherine Heigl.
Was it 27 Dresses?
But it wasn't 27 Dresses. It was not The Proposal. It was
The Bridesmaid or something like that.
They worked at he had like a.
They worked at a news.
Yeah, he had a segment on it, and that's what it was. The Ugly Truth.
The yeah.
The Ugly Truth. I'll settle for another The Ugly Truth.
That's right. She was a gossip columnist or some shit like that.
Stuck-up bitch, and he was awesome.
And he was just
it turns out
rough and tumble
he drank tap water too. Yeah.
Oh god, that fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. I'll take another one of those even.
But yeah, man, I look forward to Gerard Butler movies. They're always cool.
I agree. Okay.
Oh, dude, he was awesome in fucking, what was it, in Innocent Man or something like that?
Oh,
with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking dope.
That one was good too. Yeah, fuck, that was really good.
I watched that one and The Inside Man.
That came out. Yeah, I was gonna say that one came out around the same time as Gamer.
Yeah, that was like the year before, I think.
Like I said, he's been in tons of shit. I don't know why.
Awesome
like
in most of it, dude, but
I mean,
never.
But like again, I would say he's almost like a Jason Statham. But even Jason Statham now is doing
Jason
Fast
fucking
and
Statham.
Furious
Yeah.
movies, You know what I mean? Like
no, and Gerard Butler, meanwhile, is just down here in the B movie
doing fucking Plane that came out in February.
But
right?
like, honestly,
come on.
fucking God bless him for being in that B movie area, dude. Because I love B movies. So
another dude. Why is he doing so many January, February movies? You have to. I forget my other favorite Gerard Butler movie, fucking Gods of Egypt.
Gods of Egypt.
Yeah.
God, the fucking movie so bad. He was a bad guy, right?
Yes, he was the bad guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He came and fucked over
Lannister.
Yeah,
Jamie Lannister. Coster Nikolaj.
I can't remember his name.
Nikolaj Coster Wallace.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I don't know. He just does January movies.
You know, dude. But like, honestly, God bless him for it, dude. Because like, I'm here for it, man.
We watch him.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm gonna watch those Olympus movies.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's a Gerard Butler movie I haven't seen except for Reign of Fire, because the only reason I haven't watched it is I'm like, it's goofy. But
dude, watch the fucking movie, man. I own it. We'll watch it.
I think I explained this to you. I keep thinking that Reign of Fire is Aragon.
No, there's tanks and a helicopter and fucking guys in fucking like wingsuits and like fucking net dragons. Dude, I gotta show you this fucking movie.
Okay,
man.
all right, okay. But before we do that,
they kill a dragon with an arrow with a grenade on it. It's rad as fuck, dude.
We'll have to watch it. But I think I did explain that I had merged Aragon and Reign of Fire.
Aragon's a fucking awful book and a terrible fucking movie, dude. Reign of Fire is a bad movie and it's fun as fuck. I fucking love Reign of Fire, dude.
Okay.
Christian Bale's best performance.
Let's move on, Josh. Let's move on.
Fine.
Okay, moving on, Josh. Fucking, I famously talked about with Angel Has Fallen.
Yes.
40% critic rating, 90% audience rating. And I was like, now you know that's going to be good. That is the perfect level. So let us talk about another movie that has...
See, I always go for the 50-50.
Well, here we go. This is a 50%...
Yes, it was.
50% critic,
I looked it up after I watched
audience.
it.
Babylon. Damien Chazelle's new movie. His last movie, First Man, made it on your top 5 of that year.
I think it was my number 1.
It was your number 2 or 3.
Was my number 2 or 3?
And I was
God.
like, fuck, you blew my mind.
Yeah, because I played that shit real close to the vest.
I was actively blown away.
Played that shit real close to it. No, I still think about that fucking movie. That movie's so fucking good.
I love Damien Chazelle. This
good
movie
filmmaker.
Looked fucking shitty, and it was around the time Amsterdam and a lot of other weird period pieces from shitty directors were coming out.
I don't know if I talked about Amsterdam.
You didn't.
That movie's fucking hot garbage, dude. Fuck that.
You know,
Let's keep going.
Oscar buzz time, and I will say that this was not nominated for many Oscars. It was nominated for set design and costume design.
Oh yeah, costume design is weird for that.
So
movie.
I dismissed it, and they never were advertising it as like from the director of Whiplash or La La Land or whatever.
Yeah.
They were basically like Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, fucking all these people are in this movie. And I was like, not for me. Found out it was Damien Chazelle and was like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Josh, what did you think of Babylon?
I was dreading this question. Wow. It's like a hangover. Where you remember the good stuff, but you're kind of sick watching most of it. You know? I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it, but man, too much.
Okay.
It's too fucking much. I love the beginning. The first 2/3 of that movie. Not even the first 2/3.
I gave it away. I told you I fucking love this movie.
No, I was waiting for that part that you were like, it's too long.
Yeah, I was like,
I was waiting for that point to hit, and then about halfway through that point, I was like, oh, this is what he's talking about.
yes.
This needs to fucking end.
I love it, but it is an hour too long. Hour too long.
Dude, honestly, there's a great part for that movie to end on, and I felt like it said so much, and it involves Brad Pitt's character. It says so much, and they should have cut the credits. But
they should have. I enjoy the actual ending. The last act, I couldn't give a shit.
No.
And I get it.
That was just wrapping up their story.
Yeah,
dude.
and I get it.
It's so fucking tragic. It doesn't need to be that way. Like it was so bizarre and so tragic, that part of the movie.
Yes. And it mixed with the goofy.
They have like 1930s techno going on, and I was like, no.
That's and that's what I was talking about. Where like, well,
a lot of it's very modern. Like, fucking the dress she shows up in. That's a modern dress.
The dress,
as far as I know.
The dress, the language. Well, that's I'm like
the language.
I don't know a lot about the 20s and 30s, right? So But I'm like, I know it probably wasn't this. And even though they go into that with like when it got into the 40s and the talkies and fucking sophistication around,
that was one thing
it being art and all that stuff.
That was one thing that I loved. That was the actual ending.
The actual ending
where
is
he's
great.
watching Singing in the Rain, and they brought it up, didn't they? At one point,
oh, they did.
Brad Pitt, yeah,
Brad Pitt was just in the mix, right?
Yeah, he was in it. He was like, I'm going to be singing.
And then he's like, what do you think?
Why is it raining the whole time?
What do you think about this? And like, you have a big band on the side just doing music, and he's like, The movie is not about the movie.
That guy's character was the best. The trumpet guy,
Yes.
the trumpet player was my favorite character in the whole fucking movie. I loved that guy.
The movie, the narrative of the movie is not the movie. And that is what is so frustrating with why it's so long.
Yeah, because they have to wrap up the narrative of the movie.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's the symbolism, it's the journey, it's what, dude. It has one of the best sequences in any of his films, and it's when it's fucking Rugrat from Wolf of Wall Street, Damien Chazelle's wife.
Oh god!
And they're on the soundstage, right?
Yes.
Because you see the movie set, and it's just like 400 sets in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
Because they need natural light, and then they're on a sound.
Was so good.
Then they're on a soundstage,
filming 6 different movies at one time, just out in the middle of the fucking desert in California.
Yes.
Oh my god!
And then they're on a soundstage, and it's so different.
Yeah.
And the camera's in a box. And
oh god, yeah.
That whole sequence,
dude bust into the. It's so fucking hot in here. Yeah.
And then there's just the applause that they got one fucking shot done
after fucking 9 takes.
And that it was. I think they got to take 9, right? And you see all of the takes, and like this is where like the indulging is fine because like it's really setting the stage, and that's what I mean. The movie's not about the movie.
No, it's about making movies.
Yes. And loving movies and just the disaster and
the fucking
chaos,
the tragedy
of,
of the art. Yeah, dude, it's so
the
good.
Involvement of producers and the directors and the actors, and the beginning of the movie is so great just because it's like excess and fucking again. You have Spike Jonze fucking. He's the director. He's the fucking crazy German director. Like he's just in his like a gross tank top.
He's in that fucking like every time I get a crazy German in anything, they seem to be wearing the same thing. Some kind of World War I, World War II outfit. Judd Hubbers or I can't say that word right.
Yeah.
Suspenders, tank top. Look like they just came out of the trenches and like my movie.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And that's also great. And then
oh god, him going back into LA to get the fucking camera was such a cool bit. I loved that whole section of the movie. That whole that's like an hour-long sequence, dude. Making those 2 movies is like at least 15, 20 minutes of the fucking film. It's so good. Just her take after take after take after take after take, dancing on the table. Cry.
Yeah.
You're crying great. I need 1 tear. You need 1 tear or 2 tears. Can you do 2? You know, it was fucking. That shit was so fucking good. Oh god. And then you get to the scene where she's got to do a talkie
where she's got to where she's got to do it on the soundstage, and then like
she's
after all that,
and then
it's everybody loses their mind, and then it's like the camera wasn't rolling because the dude fucking passed out and died in that hot box.
Did you fucking sneeze?
Yeah.
Did you fucking sneeze? Anybody else got a fucking sneeze?
And just like and you know he's like before
everybody
that you got that like weird fucking tragic scene with Margot Robbie and her mom, and then like he finally makes it to the movie, and like. He just walks out and is like, everything's about to change. And then it's like the struggle of that transition. Then it's a weird movie nerd fucking like celebration wrapped in a guy who is who's like Scorsese and the Coen brothers are great. And I want to wrap that into also because like, dude, he saw fucking Wolf of Wall Street. He saw fucking Hail Caesar and was like, let's make those movies together. But then also,
dude, it's like it's Wolf of Wall Street, it's Hail Caesar, it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's all of those movies in one fucking movie.
Yeah, mixed with like let's put great music in it because that's his.
Oh, the music's
that's
so
his
fucking
thing.
good. Yeah.
And yeah.
It's too much, and it suffers.
It's like with La La Land. Like I notorious when we talked about Joss Whedon's Justice League.
Yeah,
I was talking about how angry I was because I had seen La La Land right before we watched that, and like the ending of that movie and the celebration of film and the musical and all that. How much production work went in that? It's like that times this whole movie, and this is a 3-hour and 9-minute movie.
Yeah,
it's too much. But it also, I just was like, this motherfucker went and made a movie.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you know what he did? He was like, movies fucking rock.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I was like, these are his favorite fucking movies.
I mean, Avatar was
well, yeah, no, and I was like, well, you got Cameron in there 3 fucking times.
I know. Well, they showed T2, right? But do you remember in the tent when they were doing the war movie, remember Brad Pitt was like pitching movies? And they were familiar, but he was changing the dialogue.
There was one that was straight up fucking, oh God, I remember.
It was like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck or whatever.
My dear, I don't give a shit about you or something like that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, dude, I love that because that was clearly just, he's just like, you're pitching movie ideas. Just do whatever. And Brad Pitt just improving, dude.
Yeah, and then he was so like, fucking hasta la vista, bit or cunt or something like that.
Hasta la vista, you bitch.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. This shit is so funny. And that's the thing. The narrative is so they repeat. You see like an excessive Hollywood party like 3 times, and you wonder why they're doing that. But it really is like the evolution because they kind of like go down. Like there's somebody there, like Catherine Watterson was there on the second one, right?
Yes.
And she was like, this shit is out of control. Where in the first one, everybody was having the best fucking time. Then in the second one, some people are like, this shit is kind of fucking weird, and they're kind of talking shit about Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're a little over this. Then you go to the next party, and it's like a very proper bullshit party.
Yes.
And then it's like, then he's just having drinks, talking about art.
Yeah.
And that's where his story kind of ends, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, it was great here once, wasn't it? This shit sucks. And it's like, that's the narrative, but it's also following along with like the movie trends and how it became more studio centric and what the audiences deserved and what the audiences were looking for. And yeah, it's a real movie movie.
I like what you said right there. Cause I really, while I was watching it, I picked up on the corporatization of films and test screenings, and you know, like when he's got to tell the Chinese girl, you can't do this anymore. Nobody's really looking for your type anymore. We gotta move on. You know, and then Margot Robbie.
We can't have the paparazzi taking pictures of you.
You guys can't be together anymore, kind of thing. And that fucking. And then fucking
when he had to put the makeup.
I was just gonna say when they had to put the fucking chart when they made the black dude
put blackface.
Oh my God, that shit broke my I kept waiting for him to cry while he was playing the trumpet because like that. I don't know.
He did a great job.
I was gonna say I don't know who that guy is. I've never seen him in anything but this. I think he was fucking so good. Just. You see the sadness while he's playing the trumpet. Just like, I can't believe I just did that. And I loved that after that part's over, it hard cuts to him just being like, here. Yeah. And he's just like, you need this. And he's like, I'm not coming back, dude. Fuck this shit.
Keep the car, whatever.
And then you see him at the end and he's just in a fucking local cafe just playing trumpet for people. And I was like, at least somebody gets a fucking good spot in this, dude. This is mwah. No, I loved that movie. I really loved that movie, dude.
All right, I'm glad.
I really do.
Because I'm just
that movie's so annoying and so absurd and way too fucking much and way too fucking long. And I loved the shit out of it. That movie was so fucking good. I get why people don't like it.
I 100% understand why nobody likes it. Critics even are just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Well, and I find that sad because I'm just like, have you lost all love for movies, you fucks? Like, they were making fun of it. Like, Jimmy Kimmel was making fun of the movie at the beginning of the Oscars. I'm like, he didn't write it, right? But but I'm just like, really? We're going to give Babylon shit because it had the biggest star power and probably lost the most amount of money? They don't deserve Damien Chazelle.
No, dude, Damien Chazelle, honestly... I think I'm sleeping on Damien Chazelle, dude. That guy.
Have you seen La La Land?
No, I still haven't watched La La Land.
La La Land.
I still haven't watched La La Land.
It has for whatever reason our favorite actor in it, so you should watch it.
Ryan Gosling.
Yes. I don't know when he became like the mighty movie pod darling.
Drive. It was
Yeah.
Drive, dude. Fucking, we were just like, yo, Ryan Gosling cannot make a bad movie. Nice guys. Blade Runner 2049. Drive.
He hasn't made it.
You still haven't watched it yet, but Place Beyond the fucking
Place Beyond the
Pines.
Pines,
What
yeah.
a fucking... I love that goddamn movie. I think about that movie all the fucking time.
Barbie's coming out pretty
Barbie's
soon.
coming out, and honestly, I think Barbie's going to be funny as fuck.
I think so.
That movie looks so fucking cool.
Greg Gerwig makes a good movie.
He does.
She does, yes.
Yep, yeah. Yes.
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 Yeah.
Fucking,
You didn't misgender anybody, Josh. You just said the wrong thing. I was just correcting you.
I do that all the fucking time. I do that a lot. I get excited, and my words run together. But, no, I like Ryan Gosling, dude. That guy can do everything, man. He's funny as fuck. He's super good at drama, dude.
Yeah. Like his worst movie is probably The Notebook, and people love that movie.
That is his worst movie, and I fucking like The Notebook, dude. That movie's good.
Wait. What was the other? What was the second movie that? Drive. Fucking. The director of Drive.
You're talking about.
Only God Forgives.
Want to Fight? I think that was him.
Yeah.
That was Ryan Gosling. No, that was.
No, that was Ryan Gosling. I'm saying, but the director, it was.
What was it? Was that him?
Yes.
God.
Was it with the hands? The hands. Movie?
Yeah. What yes. was that? Was that fucking?
That was the director of Drive.
God, you just said the fucking name of the movie, dude.
Only God Forgives.
Only God Forgives.
Yes.
I thought the movie was cool.
Oh, okay.
It's not great. It's fucking definitely not Drive, but nothing that guy has made since has been Drive. Well, Neon Demon maybe.
Neon Demon was really good, but it was no Drive.
It was not Drive. But God, that movie's fucking good. But no, Only God Forgives is a good movie.
Okay. I've never watched it because I heard it was really bad. But then I saw Neon Demon and I was like, this is really good. So I don't know.
I watch Only God. I think it's still on Netflix.
Okay.
It's odd. It's him indulging in his like, hey man, fucking brains and blood and sex and violence, and I have clear fucking problems. But it's good. It's good. It's fine. Lost River was the one that Ryan Gosling made, where he was trying to make a Nicholas Winding Refn type of
Nicholas Winding Refn. Thank you so much, Josh. We finally got there.
And Ryan Gosling made that movie. And he was definitely going for that type of film. That movie sucks.
Okay.
That's a really bad movie. But great soundtrack.
Was he also in the movie not If I Stay? What the fuck was the name? The weird movie. Fuck. The weird movie that was it was like a car crash. It was like in a car crash.
Oh crap! Yes, Stay.
Was it just called?
It's just called Stay. It's him and Ewan McGregor.
Okay. If I Stay is the weird Nicholas Sparks, I think, movie.
Yeah, that movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, with
Stay suffers the problem of being way too up its own.
See, and that
ass.
was Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
That movie suffers from
Janine Garofalo.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor. What a great cast.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. Every performance in that movie is fucking great. The movie's just so far up its own ass that it's bad.
It's a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's bad. It is a bad film, but the performances are fantastic.
I don't know why we've gone on a search to prove that Ryan Gosling has done bad movies, but yeah, he has. But he's still our darling. Okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, dude. Him, Ewan McGregor, both of them are fantastic in that movie, but the movie just fucking sucks, dude. That movie's so far up its own ass. Is the big problem.
Give me a Vanilla Sky sort of vibe. Vanilla Sky is good.
Vanilla Sky is fucking, people slept on Vanilla Sky.
Doesn't it make you mad that Tom Cruise sucks so hard but makes the best fucking movies?
That really, I hate it, dude. I'm just like, Minority Report's one of my favorite fucking movies. Fuck,
Minority Report's fucking dude.
I love the Mission Impossible movies except for 3, but all of them are.
I thought
really,
2
really
wasn't good.
It's 2.
Okay.
It's 2. Yeah, 2 is fucking. Oh God. Fucking.
I know 3 is the JJ reboot, and it's like fine. But everything after 3 is super.
Well,
good.
because they built upon 3, which is like what JJ Abrams.
Yes.
Somebody came along and actually like took J.J. Abrams' ideas and built upon them and made something good.
Yeah, Christopher McQuarrie did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Brad Bird.
Yeah, Brad Bird.
Brad Bird, Christopher McQuarrie. Yeah. Because like but like I love.
Ryan Johnson needs somebody to do that.
Yeah. Well, no, J.J. Abrams needed. Ryan Johnson should have done that. God damn it. I don't want to do this.
This is an episode 100 discussion.
Yeah. No, we need to get into this later, dude. But fucking God. Well, fucking the dipshits at Lost needed to fucking do that. Everyone blames JJ for Lost. He made the
pilot and left.
That's all. He made the pilot and he left. And then Damon Lindelof and that fuckwit Kurtzman fucked that whole show up. God fucking.
We need to get back into our Star Trek classic catch-ups. And
we really do.
And I think we need to do that in service of maybe talking about Star Trek Picard.
Yes, because once we finish Picard, because we started watching Picard, and the first episode we thought was okay.
Yeah, but I'm scared to keep watching.
I'm terrified to keep going, dude. But I'm just like, they're gonna fuck this up.
Especially we've been threatening to talk about the Orville forever as well.
Yeah.
And I've started watching that again, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I should watch Picard since I've been watching Orville.
Orville's so
because Orville is so much better.
Fucking good. Yeah, right, dude. It's so fucking good. The fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, no. I've never
Babylon.
Watched,
it's fucking awesome.
I haven't watched La La Land.
Yeah, you need to.
I need to. It does have the Mighty Movie Pod's darling.
It does.
Two of them actually, because I think we've praised Emma Stone a lot as well.
Oh, we have.
Because Emma Stone's fucking awesome.
Emma Stone's very good.
Yeah, I need to watch that, dude. Like I said, I think I've been sleeping on Damien Chazelle, dude, because I love First Man. It's one of my favorite fucking movies of all
Whiplash.
time. Legit. Whiplash is so fucking good.
Whiplash is in my top 10
dude,
for sure.
Whiplash and First Man are definitely within my top 10.
There you go.
And
honestly, Babylon might be in my top 10.
Babylon's up there.
There's something about
Babylon's
the balls of him taking that much studio money from Paramount and making an unhinged, nonsensical movie with so much vulgarity.
It's
and
so
nonsense.
Loud. It's so bananas, dude. Like I can't think of another word for that other than bananas.
It's bananas.
That movie is just.
It opens like I told you.
I sent you that text, dude. I was just like, in fucking 3 minutes, I have seen this and this.
It reminds me.
You did not prepare me.
I told you it had a nocturnal animals type opening. It
does have
where it tries to weed you out with like an elephant is shitting on a man, and then a fucking straight up. The most graphic I think I've seen in a wide release movie.
Yes,
of a woman just pissing on a dude's face,
and he's loving it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
He's all about it. And I was like, yeah.
And the amount of nudity and just vulgar bullshit.
Oh, dude.
And
her projectile vomiting.
Yeah.
Was so disgusting. And like one of the first times I've ever seen anyone puke in a movie where it looks like somebody's puking. It's not just like, bleh, and it's like yellow gross.
And I have no idea why the movie's like that. Other than like, it's fun, right? Like it has a real Tarantino fuck you style
I'm gonna do whatever
to
the
it.
fuck I want.
On top of like just this weird celebration of film. It's a bizarre movie, and I can't help but be like, it's the fucking greatest thing.
That's why
it's a misunderstood masterpiece.
That's why I brought up fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it has that Tarantino feel to it.
Sure,
it is. Dude, I'm with you on that. Where I think it's a misunderstood fucking good goddamn movie. It's a good fucking flick, dude. It's not.
A lot of people were turned off by the ending because they were like, it's very pretentious, and I think he thinks it's a masterpiece. And I was like, because it is. Because it is.
Well, dude, it's the realization that he comes to, dude. There's nothing pretentious about it. It's really fucking simple, dude. It's just he watches A movie about a
he
lighter
comes back
take.
to the character he was at the beginning.
Yes.
That fucking road he took was fucking filled with nonsense, but he was there, man.
He was,
and then he comes back and he sees like all of these things of what they accomplished living on through like the golden era of film.
What that reporter told Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That's what she told Brad Pitt. He's watching that.
Yes.
You know, it's, oh God, so fucking
And then
good.
for the viewer, we get, you know, T2 and fucking
Avatar and 2001: A Space
2001:
Odyssey.
A Space
No,
Odyssey.
it was cool watching.
La La Land for some reason. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I loved watching that montage because I was like, holy shit! Like about like 2 movies
was,
in, I was like, these are his favorite fucking flicks.
Yeah.
These are good fucking movies.
Seriously
and then
was,
Avatar showed
it
up.
Seriously,
and I was like,
it ended.
We gotta talk.
It ended like a better, like every frame of painting fucking video, which I was like, that's bold.
Yeah. Right. Right. No, I liked that part, dude.
So did I.
I thought it was simple and kind of.
It really brings you back into it after having to live through that last hour where I was kind of like Tobey Maguire was not doing enough to make me think that was worth it.
I really enjoyed Toby's character.
Sure, it was great.
He saved that whole part of the movie for me.
See,
dude.
but I feel like without that ending, I would have been like, we really should have lost an hour. We really should.
We don't need Toby and everything that happens there. But I really
Toby
enjoyed
and
his character.
What's his name? My Name is Earl. Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
When and that's another Tarantino-esque thing. The amount of blood that sprays out of that man's neck. And the what the fuck, which I love. Like I love that they were irritated about that when like they were going to kill them.
Yeah,
and then act like they're the psychopaths.
Well, because he fucking hit him with a battle axe, dude. They were gonna shoot him.
And then the actual ending, and I also love that dude, the Count, went the whole movie by just being the Count.
Yeah,
who the fuck was that guy?
He was the Count.
He was the Count. Margot Robbie talks to him one other time, then Count. He shows up again.
Count.
Yeah.
Count. It's the Count.
It's the Count. And you have drugs? And he's like, yeah. And then
of course I do.
And then he shows up again. What a bizarre movie.
What?
It's fucking so strange.
Fucking weird.
And like that weird fucking ending, like, dude. It is so good.
It's
because
really
even
good.
when you're thinking about what the movie actually is, and then you go back to like the narrative of the movie and the performances and the fucking absurdity of it all of it is just like, what an experience.
See, and that's what I liked about watching that end was because he's watching Singing in the Rain, and I was like, this is his version of Singing in the Rain.
Yeah,
this is really fucking good. Because like Singing in the Rain is kind of a tragic story if you really think about it, dude. It's the end of a lot of those silent actors' career, and where Singing in the Rain puts a positive spin on it, and they're just like, oh man, we're living in the age of talkies now. You know, This one's just like a lot of people got left behind, man, and it kind of focuses on those people that inevitable evolution kind of thing, and it's a real heartbreaking kind of look at it.
It covers all of that while also like just reveling in like film as a whole. Just like it keeps on going and it keeps on doing what it does. And some people get left behind, but like
you got that Brad Pitt character that's kind of like the Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You got Brad Pitt.
That whole phone call scene. It was so good. And then when he's on set and he's like still doing his job, but like he's like, this is what I'm doing now.
It's a piece of shit, right?
It's
I really wanted him to have like a renaissance. I wanted his character to have a renaissance, and he kind of did, but he didn't want it, you know. And his story's so fucking good. I loved his story arc where you watch him be this fucking outlandish party boy, and you watch him through the decades, just fucking through the years, not decades. I think it's about a decade.
It's about it might be 15 years.
Yeah, it's about 15 years, and you watch him evolve
because it's late 20s into the 40s. I would say, yeah.
No,
then it ends in the mid 50s.
Mid 50s, right? yeah, early 50s, I think. Yeah. But dude, fucking great movie, dude. I've thought about that a lot since I watched it, because the first time I watched it, I was just like, fucking Ryan. As soon as it ended, I was just like, oh my fucking, because it took me like most of the day to watch that fucking movie, dude. Yeah. And I was just like, I just used my whole fucking day watching this fucking loud ass. Well, that was really
I
good.
put all the disclaimers.
That was really good, though.
I put all the disclaimers there.
You told me. You did. You threw up all the flags. And I was just like, fucking Ryan. You know, and then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, fuck. And I've been thinking about it for like, God, because I think I watched it on Friday.
Yeah, it stuck with me.
And I've been thinking about it since then, dude. And I'm like, God, that was fuck. I really liked that movie, dude. And I get why it's not for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I totally understand why people don't like this fucking movie. And I won't begrudge them at all for not liking that
It's
movie.
a hard movie to recommend.
It's very hard to recommend. Yeah. But it's a really,
like, outside of telling you to watch it, I really don't know who else I would tell they need to see it. Like, speaking to our audience now, watch it, but you can bail out if you want.
Yeah. I wouldn't be if because I know some of our listeners know me personally, and if you come up and yell at me, go ahead.
Yeah,
I get it. But man, I really liked that movie. I really, really liked that movie.
I could not agree more, Josh.
So I loved that movie. Like fucking, honestly, if we go back to our old format where we do at the end of the year, this is going to be somewhere in there.
Well, dude. Yes, I was going to say this year, I think we do need to do it
100%.
And we will. I think we're going to include anything that came out on streaming from the beginning of the year onward.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. I fucking love it.
Dude, I
fucking love it.
I'm there with you, dude. I think this is going to be a top 5 for me, dude, when we talk about it, dude. It'll be interesting to see where we both place this.
Yeah, and it's one of the movies where when I talk to people about it, I go, "Yep, I'm that guy."
Yep. 100%.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm a monster.
Yeah. Have you seen Amelie?
Have you watched Drive?
Yeah. So
I know it's not a fucking action thriller. You're gonna be super pumped about it, though.
Josh, listen.
All right, Ryan. Are we getting down to the get down?
We have a couple more that we can talk about.
We got a couple minutes, yeah.
But let's try to make it brief.
Yes. I can make mine real brief.
Because this is not we're to the section of we just want to have everything out of the way by episode 100.
Right.
And these are movies that we haven't both seen. Yeah. So we'll be brief.
Yes.
Who would you want me to start, or do you want to end it on?
Let's go ahead and start with you.
Okay,
because like mine's got a little bit. Mine's different.
Yes, I agree. Mine is very brief. I watched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
I have, and I'm gonna put this out there right now. I have refused to watch that movie. I didn't really like the first one. I don't like Disney's marketing behind this movie. I didn't watch it, and I will at some point. I will. I know I will, but I have taken a hard stand on it. Ryan braved the waters.
I did, and I disagree. We've had a discussion about it. I don't know if it was.
We've talked about it a couple.
I don't know if it was on the podcast or what, but yeah, I stand firm with everybody else with the Black Panther kind of being a bright spot in that lineup of those Phase 2 Marvel movies. Was it Phase 2?
Phase whatever.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Dude, let's drop
that.
Dude, I was blown away when I went and saw another. They were like,
Quantumania.
I saw Quantumania. We're waiting on that one.
Yeah.
But
I'm dragging my feet.
Yeah. Ryan's dragging his feet, but we're going to talk about that one in the future. I didn't know we were still doing phases at this point, dude. They're like, oh, well, this is the beginning. And I was like, what?
But I was on board with that. So I was excited to watch this, but like not enough to go to the movie theater, I guess.
Yeah.
What a pile of shit. Like just corporate trash. It is.
That was what bothered me about the marketing was I was just like, no, you're gonna watch this movie. And I was just like, wow, and they're gonna prop up a man's corpse to make you do it.
It's
Fuck you.
Thor. It's Black Panther's Thor 2. Oof. It's just fucking here's another movie. I only wanted to watch it because here's the thing. I was just like, oh yeah, he's dead. Oh, will I ever live up to my brother? Probably not. And then, oh, but I bet you I can. And hardships along the way. The first movie was interesting while also just being the Lion King for all intents and purposes. but I still really liked it for the ideas that it had.
So it's Hamlet.
Sure. So for the ideas that it had, and it did a very good job. This one, no ideas whatsoever. Namor, I was like, God, I got to know his deal. His deal is, hey, we also have vibranium, and I also hate people because they killed my mom or something. So I blame you. And they're like, well, fuck you. And he's like, well, fuck you. And then he's like, well, you guys are like stronger than me. Kind of, maybe. Let's shelve this for another fight on a different day. Because soon enough, they'll realize everybody sucks as much as I think they do. See. And the movie was fucking over. And I was like, is this for real right now? This is the movie they were like, yo, dude, after the passing of Chadwick, we need to come in hard with the blandest, stupidest sequel since Thor 2. Fuck. I actively was irritated and somewhat offended.
Yeah, no, you
because I also want to point out
you told me yesterday, and you watched it over the weekend. You watched it Saturday, I think.
Yeah, and
you were like, by the way, I'm still fucking mad about this movie, and it was fucking Monday.
Also, I don't know how much they paid Ryan Coogler to make this fucking movie. He should be ashamed of himself.
Wow.
I'm like,
that's a bold.
It's a shitty ass Marvel movie, and it always kind of has been. But the first one, again, you disagree, but I believe the first one was actually somewhat special within that fucking group of nonsense they were making at the time. Yeah. Civil War and all that bullshit.
I just know,
which I've learned to appreciate more.
My only complaint was that Black Panther was a much more interesting character in that movie than he was in his own movie.
Sure, yeah, but yeah, no, it's hot garbage.
Fuck. To add on to what you're saying, I feel like they've been doing that with a lot of these newer movies where they're just like, remember the old days, and it's. It feels like they're banking on that, like that pre-Infinity War Endgame fucking goodwill and everything, and it's like you guys aren't making movies that are nearly as good as that. Like I thought Multiverse of Madness was a good fucking flick.
Yeah.
I have a shit ton of complaints about it. I didn't bring them up. It was my favorite of all of these. It still fucking is. But it's not good, and they're banking on that goodwill and that, like, oh look, we've got Professor X, and it's. I don't care about that shit, dude. And like, if what you're saying holds up, dude, that they're just doubling down on that.
It's so weird. I don't know. Like it has all the same. Like it has the same. It's set in the same fucking place, and like they talk about like. Fucking Wakanda, and we're going to go on and all this stuff. And I'm like, cool. And then they're like, fish people? Why do they hate us? No real good reason. Should we reason with them? No, fuck them. Oh no, I need to learn what it means to be a good leader in 4, maybe even 7 seconds. Ooh. Because she has like a second vision. Angela Bassett's getting a lot of praise for her performance in this, and I found it like corny, and she was like chewing the scenery.
That sucks because Angela Bassett's a good fucking
she's like
actress.
Chewing scenery in a bad way. Ew. It was like dude, I went into this movie just like expecting. I was like, I'm really interested in Namor. I really want to know what they're gonna do. Loved that first movie, and the fact that like it pissed me off this much, like I didn't go in there. I'm not Dan Stevens on fucking on. I can't. His name is seared in my brain.
You're never gonna.
They got rid
Dan
of that.
Stevens.
The Google Play Movies is done. It's all on Google TV, and they do not have reviews anymore.
No,
it's a shame. The poor man has nowhere to put his racist, misogynistic nonsense anymore. Not like Dan Stevens here, who's just like women, black people. I'm so mad. Like I was so ready to be like. I'm like, this movie's interesting, and I really want to know what they're doing with the other culture that they're bringing into this, right? And they just
because Wakanda's cool.
Yeah, and Tolakar could have been fucking cool too.
Yeah,
but no, everything sucks. And
would you compare it to the Shape of Water, Tolakar?
No,
like these guys swim.
No, I dude, just. Everything fell flat. Like his intro was great, and then like it reminds me of Batman. This is the worst criticism I could give it, and I said I was going to be brief. Their confrontation, when like the big confrontation happens, it was basically Batman versus Superman levels of like. Ooh. So we're not just gonna like talk about this.
Well, that was my problem with the first.
Lupita Nyong'o shows up and fucking just like ruins everything.
Oh wow!
Like first of all, she's great in the movie. Sorry, she's the best part of the movie.
But she comes in and is just like, no, fuck you.
But she comes in because Angela Bassett's like, hey, some shit's going down. Fucking ruins any sort of concept of having like negotiations or like coming to an understanding or figuring shit out. And then it was just like from there, it was just like. Seriously, Batman versus Superman, where like they could have just talked this out in like 5 seconds, but like shit goes fucking out of control.
And that was my problem with Civil War and Black Panther in large, where I was just like, really, dude, you're that easily played. You know, you're not gonna go talk to the guy who's your childhood friend. You know, like, that was my hugest fucking problem with that movie, where I was just like. None of this needs to happen. Killmonger is full of shit. You're going to trust some dude that just walked in out of the wilderness? Is like, your friend's a dick. And he's like, he is a dick. You know?
Yeah. That's the best part of this movie is there is some of that talk of like some of these characters. It's like, didn't you like back Warmonger? So isn't some of this your fault? And blah, 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 blah. And there's some of that. And like when I'm talking real shit about like the cultural thing, because the only thing they really did was like they go to the UN and they're like, hey, you guys are trying to fuck with our vibranium and we're strong, you fucks. Yeah. That's it. That's all they do. There's no expanded world building whatsoever.
See, I'm saving it for 100, but I want to talk about the lack of world building going on right now in Marvel. Yeah. But yeah, no, dude, that's unfortunate. I wasn't expecting this much bile from you about this movie, dude. I'm sorry, man.
So yeah, that's my rant on that. My brief rant.
Sorry, man.
Yeah,
that's fucking rough, dude. I know what it's. I've been there where I'm that fucking angry about something that I was genuinely interested in.
Yes.
Fuck. I'm still gonna. I'll watch it eventually. I know I will, but.
Yeah,
I
like
just,
and it's one of those things, and there's like a spoiler later on, but it's one of those things where like it's an easily skippable one when it comes to the staying up to date with what's going on with the Marvel movies.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because like I saw Quantumania, and I feel like of all of these movies, you really just have to watch Quantumania.
Yeah. Okay. I hate to say that because I'm like I like a little contained movie, but like
well, I mean, we were talking about how cool it felt where all these movies, you know, like the one praise we were giving a lot of these newer movies was that they all feel self-contained and that their adventures carry on, but they're not going to tie into anything. Turns out they fucking are.
So it's like it sucks,
and
it doesn't link in with anything else other than like Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in it. Yeah, so it's hard to say like you should watch it anyway, but like I guess maybe watch it and see if I'm totally
I'll tell you right now, a lot of
the
the people that I've talked to about the film have really found something to enjoy about the film. And they've told me I should check it out.
That blows my mind.
Man, well, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, like we were saying with Babylon,
Yeah,
like
sure.
we know we're assholes for liking that fucking movie, but some people like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Anyway, let's move right along to the last movie we're going to talk about.
All right, I was gonna talk about a Netflix movie. It's Guy Ritchie. It's called The Gentleman, and I know that movie has gotten a lot of flack for being dated. And Guy Ritchie made this is the critique that bothered me the most was people in reviews talking about how Guy Ritchie made another Guy Ritchie movie. He's not it, but like Tarantino's been doing it his entire fucking career. He's honestly just been making Reservoir Dogs with different flavors the whole fucking time. Scorsese made Goodfellas fucking 2 more times, and everybody praises him for it. And this one is definitely just another Guy Ritchie British gangster film. And like, it bothered me and annoyed me because like, why doesn't Guy Ritchie get away with that shit? But at the same time, I'm also just like, you know what? You either like Guy Ritchie movies or you fucking don't. And I happen to enjoy most Guy Ritchie movies. This is him at his best. It felt like Rock and Rolla, which was another one that people didn't really like, but I cared for a lot. I think Rock and Rolla is my favorite Guy Ritchie movie. Well, no, Snatch is my favorite Guy Ritchie movie. But Rock and Roll is really fucking good, too. Another Gerard Butler film. Dude. Yeah. He's fucking great in that movie. But
can't stop him.
No, this one, it's this is the one I was talking about. I saw 2 movies with Hugh Grant appearances that I wasn't expecting, where he plays different characters than Hugh Grant normally plays. In this one, he's a filthy, just scummy private detective, and that's where the movie starts. Is you watch Matthew McConaughey? He has a cold open for his character in the film, and that was all I knew. Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, Colin Farrell. That was all I knew that was in the movie. And Matthew McConaughey plays an American that started a weed business in England while he was in preparatory school over there. And you get a bit of his backstory and his rise to power. And apparently there's going to be a couple more movies of this, and I'm looking forward to them very much because I really liked The Gentleman. Charlie Hunnam is just awesome in the fucking movie. But the way it starts is Hugh Grant is in Charlie Hunnam's home, his character. And he wants him to listen to a story, and Charlie Hunnam is like, "Get the fuck out, fuck off," kind of thing. And they have that Guy Ritchie, quick cut British, gritty. I love that shit. It's so fucking good. It's so funny and so quick and so.
How many cha-chings were there?
I think there was only one.
Okay,
but very funny. God damn you. But no, they're firing back and forth, and then Hugh Grant's like, you really need to listen to this. And it's basically he's got dirt on McConaughey's whole gang and Hunnam in particular, his character and stuff. And you get the story in flashbacks of the movie while they're sitting around talking about the whole story and everything, and it all comes together at the very end. And it's well filmed, well acted, I think it's well written. It's him doing British gangster shit, and they've all got weird, quirky personalities. Like Colin Farrell plays a boxing coach that's got a shady past that you don't really get to explore, but he's fucked around with gangsters before.
Colin Farrell is experiencing a good resurgence.
Colin Farrell is blowing me away in recent years. I watched Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have not seen it.
I really enjoyed it. Dude, honestly though, fucking Kevin, I can't think of his name. I think it's Kevin something. That man cannot make a positive movie to save his fucking life. Banshees of Inisherin is a really good movie if you feel like being depressed for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. This blew my mind. You know what I found out the other day? It blew my mind. Donald Gleason, Brendan Gleason's kid.
I don't know why I didn't put that together.
I said the same thing when I found out, because he accepted a fucking award for Donald at an award show. And he was like, oh man, everybody says he's the best rising star. I can't get him out of bed. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked up Donald Gleason, his fucking kid.
Yeah.
Blew my fucking mind. But no, Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell in that movie are fucking absolutely fantastic. Just this friendship falls apart.
Is it gay stuff, Josh?
No.
Okay.
What you need to explain yourself.
I'm going to explain myself right now. For whatever reason, I don't know why, my wife has been telling me that certain movies are about gay relationships when they are not. So Banshees of Inisherin is one of them. Also, she was telling me, we'll watch that 90s show, and she was telling me that the main girl in there was also a lesbian. But she wasn't at all. In fact, she kissed like 3 dudes, and it was mostly like a dude-related love triangle there near the end. And I was like, where is she getting her information from? Or did she just see 2 girls together and 2 guys together and go, gay? I don't know.
I mean, that's how most slash fiction.
I'm just kind of like
read.
Just like,
like
much like we were talking about earlier with our R-word talk. I mean, this is an early 2000s kid thing.
I don't know, dude.
But I don't know. Again, this isn't me. I'm throwing all the blame on my wife for whatever reason. She's been telling me.
Why you gotta roast your wife, dude?
Dude, because she told me this shit, and now I'm like, that's not true at all.
Yeah, no. They're really good. That's how the movie starts off. Is he pops on down to Brendan Gleeson's house. Dude, I'm talking about Banshees of Inisherin. I want to talk about The Gentleman. But
true, we got very sidetracked.
I'm
gonna have to edit the show.
He wants to. Yeah, right. He wants to go to the pub, and he's gonna go with his chum, his best friend, his Brendan Gleeson. So he goes to Brendan Gleeson's house, doesn't answer the fucking door. So he goes to go to the pub, and everybody makes a big thing about him not being there with Brendan Gleeson, and he's just like, well, fucking, you didn't answer. Okay, I guess I'll try him again. So he goes and knocks on his door again. Guy doesn't fucking answer the door. He's in the fucking house. He's not answering the fucking door. Then he finds basically, Brendan Gleeson just doesn't want to be his fucking friend anymore.
Yeah, I saw some of the clips at the Oscars, and it was just like, and he was like contemplating, like he used to be a good man, or maybe he never was a good man, and all this stuff. And I was like, this seems interesting. Doesn't seem that gay at all. And I'm looking at my wife.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck.
It doesn't matter if it was gay or not.
Yeah. No. But
I've seen you.
I think you've been overserved, sir. No.
I didn't claim any of these things.
No. There's no subtext. They're just best pals in this very small fucking village.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I was misinformed.
Yeah, no, dude. They're buddies. They're in a small Irish village, and it's like at the talk of the town, the two of them not being friends anymore. And they're just like, well, what the fuck? You're always together and stuff. And it's honestly more about like I felt like it was more about the pressures of living in a small town, because the sister,
everybody knows everything about everybody.
Colin Farrell's sister gets her own plot line and stuff. It's a really good fucking flick. It's just not very fun. It's very sad. It's a good fucking movie though. No, Gentlemen, a much more fun, wacky crime romp. Just there's this whole interaction between Charlie Hunnam and these fucking kids that record a mistake that they make while on a job, and they're trying to hunt down these little fucking ghetto kids that have all recorded it on the phone. And
the chavs.
Not really, but yeah, chav.
Okay.
Chav like. I mean, when I think of a chav, I think of Eggsy.
Yes.
And these aren't very Eggsy. They're just fucking dickweed hooligan kids.
They're like the kids that that mug Mark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. They're the kids that mug Mark. God, yeah. Fucking watch Peep
Either
Show.
you know or you don't. Don't explain it.
Watch Peep Show. No, fucking, and he's trying to be polite. And he's like, look, here's a big bag of money. I'll give you all this money. Give me your fucking phone. And then they don't give him his phone. So he pulls out a fucking MP5 and just starts unloading in the air. They all run. And it's over the top. It's hilarious.
It seems fun and
really, really, really good.
Yeah, dude. It seems fun, and it seems like the setting is correct for his style.
Exactly.
As the kind of shit that
he's gone back.
As I implied earlier, like I'm not the biggest Guy Ritchie fan, and it's mostly the Sherlock Holmes movies' faults. But
and I like the Sherlock Holmes, the first one. I like the first one. It's not his best shit.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was going to say. I don't know when they decided to let him do period pieces over and over again. Period piece. They're not.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember famously talking about King Arthur being a fucking letdown for me. I love that fucking movie.
Oh, I know.
I watch that movie a lot.
Oh, I know.
It's not a good movie. I love it.
I don't know what movie. Yeah, I don't know what movie like is bad that I watch over and over again. I don't know. Biodome,
Warcraft.
I haven't. I should watch it more.
You watch Warcraft a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking Star Trek Into Darkness.
Star Trek Into Darkness. It's not a good movie. You like that movie a lot. Dude, Star Trek Beyond isn't very good, but I still fucking love it.
I disagree wholeheartedly. I'm angry you would even imply that
How dare you, sir?
That is the best of the three. JJ, again, it was tasked with doing a second one, and that's why I like it, but it's bad. JJ does one movie, and then somebody else who knows what they're doing has to do the next one. Fuck off. Anyway.
Oh, God, I hope that wasn't too loud.
No, it's fine.
Oh, my
so,
God. But no, this is...
Anyway, yeah.
This is just...
Don't make King Arthur or fucking Sherlock Holmes. Have him make fucking goofy British humor gangsters doing bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, and like, I'm not a big Charlie Hunnam fan.
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
Because when he does an American accent, all his talent just drops, and Charlie Hunnam's not a big fight.
He is famous because of a show he did doing an American accent.
God, that show's so fucking terrible. I said it. I don't fucking care. Sons of Anarchy's a garbage show. It's prestige TV. It has fucking 101.
It has nothing to even do with the show. I don't know. Maybe people who like that show don't live in an area where
where that shit's real.
Where prominent fucking motorcycle gangs actually exist.
Yeah, just you're constantly wondering, is this this guy's bar? They
haven't been at the gas station while there's a group of Mongols there and grab
yanking dudes by their hair.
Some random guy by his hair and tell him to pump their gas.
Right.
And shit like that.
Beating the shit out of somebody in a grocery store parking lot while you're waiting to go to work.
Yeah. But anyway.
And luckily, they don't know you're in your car.
Yeah.
But
the greater Los Angeles area, am I right?
Have a lot of fun up here. But yeah, God damn it. You go to shifty cheesesteak shops that aren't open, but are open.
Still disappointed. I wanted my Coors Light.
Right. I still wanted that cheesesteak. But no, fucking dude, I don't know what else to say about it, dude. It's got a really It's got that Tarantino-like kind of vibe to it, where you're just like, oh man, this is like
non-linear narrative.
The Lucky Number 11 kind of thing, dude, where you're like, this is cool, and it's because it makes you think of something done much better, but it's also not fucking bad at all.
Yeah, he seems really to be a guy who refuses to update his style,
and I'm fine with that, dude. Yeah. Because his style at one point, it's not like Kevin fucking Smith, where his shit is played out and done.
And what I was going to say is like, okay, so like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are a little dated these days, but then I watch fucking
Hot Fuzz is still one of the best movies.
Was it Last Night in Soho? What the fuck is the name of that movie? One Night in Soho?
One Night in Soho. Oh, Last Night in Soho.
Yeah. And I'm like, it doesn't have the same charm, right? Whereas like Baby Driver is like the best of everything
Yes.
he's done in one thing.
Yes, and being a more modern take on what he does. Yeah, see, and that's what Rock and Rolla felt like to me when he first did that. And this feels like he's going back to like Snatch and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels kind of days. I'm great with that shit. That was when I fell in love with the guy. That's fucking. I really, really enjoyed this fucking movie a whole lot, dude. McConaughey is so great, and what's great is you get like unreliable narrative shit in the middle of it, where Hugh Grant.
I'm super into that.
Where Hugh Grant will embellish, and McConaughey starts acting way more like American, quote unquote, in certain scenes and stuff. And it's Charlie Hunnam's like, I work for him. That didn't fucking happen. And he's just like, well, forgive me. I like to jazz it up a bit. Because he wrote a script. Basically, the whole thing is he's got all this dirt on all of them. And he writes a screenplay for it. And there's a whole scene where they're doing a lip reading where he makes Charlie Hunnam read one guy's fucking lips while he reads. And it's this shitty translation because the lip reader he got wasn't so good. And it's hilarious, dude. No, there's a lot of good jokes in the fucking movie. Cool crime narrative. It's all about somebody knocks over McConaughey's business while he's trying to go legit. And it throws the whole thing into chaos. And it's just good, man. It's a good way to waste 2 hours.
I was going to say, I can see in my head what you're talking about. And again, it sounds like it is a story and in actors and in a premise that works with his style.
It's a kind of.
I'm like still just mad. I'm just still mad about fucking Sherlock Holmes.
You gotta let that shit go, my guy.
It is so bad.
Yeah,
it was like
it's not even that bad.
Holmes and Watson was a better movie than both of those Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes movies.
I'm gonna put hands on you, dude.
It's the truth.
I'm gonna put hands on you. I'm gonna come across this fucking table right now, dude.
Sherlock Gnome was better.
The rage I feel for you right now, dude. No,
it's like Black Hats. The man made the man made Heat, right? Yeah. And then he made Black Hats.
You know what's funny is I did warn you up front. I'm like,
you did.
This is a bad movie.
You did. And that's why I didn't feel bad stopping the movie and saying, we'll never speak of this again.
And I was like, cool, this isn't going to be Prometheus when you yell at me the entire drive back when I'm already angry about how bad that fucking movie was.
Dude, speaking of talking, trying to trace some, if we were going to do this, going back to some of the highlights of the podcast, us talking shit about Alien Covenant for like an hour straight,
dude,
and then turning off the recording, drinking 5 beers,
and then talking about it like, we thought this was cool, this was
turning
good,
it back on, and then being like, Alien Covenant is awesome, and we like it.
Actually pretty dope. Yeah,
that is a highlight. That will really never happen with Sherlock Holmes.
God, dude, I just feel like you're giving it short shrift, man, and it bothers me. The first one's good. The second one's awful. See, how you feel about the first movie, you didn't see the second movie, is how I feel about the second film. That movie's fucking hot ass. That movie fucking sucks. But the first one is okay.
But again,
it's him.
You're talking about him doing what he does best, and I'm excited to watch it.
It's so everybody's got an attitude problem, except for fucking Matthew McConaughey and Colin Farrell. They're both just about what they do, and they're trying to do their job. Like Matthew McConaughey he's a badass in the movie. I really liked him. Colin Farrell is just a reluctant criminal, and I loved his character in the movie. He's just trying to run his boxing gym, and these dipshits that are his like star pupils, they do something dumb and he ends up indebted to Matthew McConaughey's mob gang, and he has to do all the shit, and every time he does, this is the last fucking time. It's the last fucking one, dude.
Last time.
And he does some truly deplorable shit. And a lot of the jokes, yes, dated. But if you put it in the context as to who the characters are, and the way they live their lives, it's not dated. It is very appropriate for what these guys are and the way that they live their lives.
A movie feeling dated in its comedy is never a thing for me. I'm like, it's
No, you have to take into account the character.
The character that's telling the joke.
Exactly,
yes.
The character that's telling the joke.
Saying the thing, the outrageous shit. Yeah.
But it's stylish, it's snappy, it's hip, it's cool, it's fun, dude. Like I said, I've said it just a little bit ago. It's a great way to waste like 2 hours, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to regret it. It's a good fucking time. It's one of the rare fucking Netflix movies, Netflix original anythings, where I'm like, I don't hate myself for taking a shot on this, where I hate myself for taking a shot on 90% of Netflix anything. Yeah. I love that.
Long ago were the days of Beasts of No Nation.
I was going to say,
that,
to go back to like our beginning again, to talk about, to once again reference like episode 100 shit, where it's like we look back and I was like, Netflix is going to change the fucking world. And now I'm like, Netflix is the worst fucking thing to happen to anyone, dude. Quantity over quality does not fucking pay off. But when you find that quality, that needle in the haystack, the diamond in the rough in there, it's so fucking good. It's for every fucking garbage fucking Adam Sandler flick, you find like
All Quiet on the Western Front is on Netflix as well, too.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, I do too. Yes.
That's apparently fantastic.
Yes.
And I really need to check that out. But you find something like this, or Arcane, or Beast of No Nation, or Maniac.
Yeah.
Or there was something
or
else
Stranger Things before it became Stranger Things.
Stranger Things before it became Stranger Things. God, dude, I have a whole fucking rant I could go on about how Stranger Things has ruined fucking everything. I hate saying that too, because I was so surprised by season 1, and I genuinely loved season 2, and I know no one else likes season 2. Apparently, the narrative is flipped on that one. But,
it has. I will stay true. I just used it as an argumentative point.
Yeah, you were very angry at me that day, dude, because I was bitching about season 3 again, and I was fucking really going hard after it, because I still hate it, dude. I didn't even bother with season 4 because I hated season 3 so fucking much. I was like, no.
I haven't watched it.
This
it seems
is not
all right.
how this show is supposed to go. Now we're just doing fucking what everybody thinks the 80s was because they once watched a John Hughes fucking movie. Eat a dick. Like... God, I hate that fucking movie. That show, that season, whatever. No, dude, but
it's a complicated thing. Stranger Things, right?
Stranger Things is very strange.
Yeah.
But no, this is one of those rare occasions where you find something really good. And I also watched Sea Beast, I think was the name of it. It was an animated movie, and that was another one where I was like, man. Fucking goddamn Netflix once again.
Yeah, if I ever opened Netflix, I might find some of these things. But I'm just like, I just pay $20 a month, and then they keep threatening to like not let me use it anymore, and I never even watch anything.
You've been very angry about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't even fucking watch this shit. Now you're gonna like not, dude.
Yeah, no, dude. Their business practices are questionable at best.
Yeah, well, it's their own fault. They're gonna be the new Blockbuster, and everybody will watch Hulu
or HBO Max.
HBO Max, which is sweet.
Honestly, HBO Max is shining for me right now, and Hulu's doing a really good job. Amazon Prime is fucking kicking ass too, man.
Yeah, everybody's doing great.
Except for fucking the network that started it all.
Yeah,
and I say network because that's what this shit is at this point, dude. Everybody was like, fuck cable. We're watching cable, guys. No, man, watch The Gentleman. It's a good fucking flick, man. It's a good time. I'm sorry you hated Black Panther so much, dude. Especially since I liked this movie.
I know.
So
I really have to.
much.
I really have to listen back to what I said. I'm like, I'm gonna have to edit some of that.
You went pretty hard, dude. But no, I don't think you said.
But it's not. Crazy. But I'm. It really is like. I really do hate it that much, and I really am kind of flabbergasted that they would market such a soulless corporate piece of trash.
That's how I felt about Captain Marvel.
Over like a beloved actor and like what the first movie did culturally, and market this piece of shit that was a soulless corporate fucking product.
See, that's how I felt about Captain Marvel, dude. Like everything you're saying is exactly how I felt about Captain Marvel. I was like, you guys had a fucking shot and you fucking wasted it.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that goddamn movie. But no, dude, I was trying to brighten this up a bit, but God, I'm doing a terrible job.
But yeah, but no, there's great shit on streaming that's still happening. There's so many movies coming out this year. We're very excited. We're going to be back with episode 100. We're going to talk a little bit about like what we're looking forward to, where we think some of our favorite franchises are sitting right now. Kind of talking about like Mandalorian might come up a little bit, but like we might talk about just like what it's been like doing this and kind of where we are right now is kind of and just what we're feeling right now.
Right.
That's what I think we're going to talk about.
Right.
That'll be episode 100. Just a quick
awesome.
Just a quick hangout instead of like we need to go over the things we've seen. Instead, maybe
it's been a while since we've done one where we just shot this shit.
We just talk about what it's like to be people who like movies and what movies are about right now, and
the good, the bad, the exhausting,
and what fucking making a movie podcast makes you feel like you have to see. Like,
right,
like they're gonna make another fucking Ghostbusters movie.
Oh god,
the Ghostbusters Afterlife sucks so hard.
The Ghostbusters Afterlife is so fucking bad, and they're making a sequel to it. Oh, I cried when I saw hologram Harold Ramis.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
So yeah, that should be very.
I don't
interesting.
feel bad about that. No, I'm gonna fucking fuck you. You cried when you saw Ghost Harold Ramis. You're a terrible human being. You're a terrible being. Fuck you, dude. I can't. Oh my god, dude. I love the Ghostbusters.
Unresolved childhood trauma.
I fucking love the Ghostbusters, and you make me feel bad about that.
Do these people love these things as much as they claim? Because
do they love the product?
As I was gonna say, as I watch a lot of things that I loved as a kid become increasingly destroyed.
Yeah.
So these people seem to be celebrating. I don't understand. Okay, that'll be it. We'll be back with episode 100, and it's gonna be very freeform and very cool. You can find us on all major podcasting applications such as Anchor FM, which it's not called Anchor FM anymore. I'm glad I checked this today. We are Podcasts by Spotify or some shit.
Oh, we got bought out by Spotify?
Well, Spotify always owned them, but now they're just... We're on Spotify.
They're officially.
I don't know if I should say Anchor FM anymore. I have to check our public facing.
I was going to say, do we still have to do that ad?
I don't know. I have to check that public. Yeah, I have to check that public facing site.
We are so bad.
Yeah,
at
we're
this.
so behind. But yes, we're on Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, etc. I believe we're on Audible even. I think I did the proper legwork for that. We're on Audible, whatever. All the best places. Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube, Mighty Fish TV on Twitch.tv, and the best place to follow us for all of our bullshit at Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter.
Yep.
We're gonna make an Instagram, but I'm not gonna say what it is yet.
We're still working on the idea.
We're still trying to
that.
figure out what the fuck a podcast Instagram should be.
Right.
And we might never crack that.
We may never crack that code. We're not very good with social media.
So at Mighty Movie Pod, and just follow us on all the shit. Okay. That's it. Goodbye. I thought I had more to say, but I don't. That is it. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.